there? Is there a dog? Is he alone? Is he at the airport? Is he on a fucking bus? Is he on the plane? Is there a clicking noise? There's probably a clicking noise. Is this a clip show? I don't know if it's a clip show. It's a fucking show. Just listen, goddammit. Hey, what's happening? Mike Schmidt, 40-year-old boy podcast. Here's what you want to hear, folks. Here's a phrase you want to hear. Here's a sentence you want to hear. No? No? I can't say that phrase? No, the other phrase.
Which one?
I'm hoping this is this and not this.
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Why I don't, folks? We're starting the show with secrets. Look at that. How fun is that? Our friend Lily, she just said something that made me laugh, and so I hit start. I'm like, all right, well, let's do that. And then she's like, nope, can't do it. So, folks, you can only, you know what? If you want to find out, if you want to write her and find out what she meant, you can get her at Lily. What if I did that? What do I close the show on that? It was like a totally fun, almost a secret, and then they could write you to find out exactly what it was. Ooh. That's my friend Lily Von Stupp. She's here in the apartment. We're here in the house. We're here in the place where I live, in the building, where I just had a little back and forth with a FedEx guy. FedEx guy came delivering some stuff to my house. First of all, look, hey, Amazon, I pay for your Prime service, so I expect Prime service. That doesn't mean you ship me 12 items in 12 packages over the course of fucking 3 weeks. Buy a fucking arc, you assholes. I just want to fix my hair. That's it. I don't understand the point. But sure enough, that's what happened, man. I ordered, I had stuff coming. I had mouthwash coming. I got hair stuff. Because here's how I work it, folks. I can't just do those things piecemeal. I can't go willy or nilly. I certainly wouldn't go willy-nilly.
Why can't you just buy them at a Ralph's?
Stop that. What am I, some fucking vagabond? What am I, a vagrant? I'm going to walk into a grocery store and leave my house? It's not happening. I'm the goddamn talent, man. Bring me my hair gel.
Do you have Amazon Produce, too? Or Amazon Fresh?
Dude, I want to. Like, every time I see the truck.
Never want to leave the house, do you?
No, fuck that. I demand some minimum wage dude bring me broccoli. That's the way it should fucking work, right? I can't go get my own broccoli. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Sift through it and feel it? I don't understand those people who buy produce from Amazon or like have that shit delivered to them. Like they have that Blue Apron. You ever seen that? You ever heard about those people? I heard that commercial and like Blue Apron is fantastic and we will give you these healthy, delicious recipes. And the guy, you have to hear the commercial. I swear to God, because it drives me fucking crazy. And I think I may have even said it on another show. Fuck, now that I think about it. But there's this dude, he's like, with delicious recipes like butternut squash gnocchi. He doesn't say gnocchi. He just says gnocchi. And because I talked about gnocchi on another show because I was at Mex's and I was talking about gnocchi tots because we went to a joint in Pittsburgh and they had gnocchi tots. And the woman kept saying gnocchi tots. I'm like, I think it's gnocchi. And she's like, gnocchi tots. So it was like, all right, we called it the gnocchi tots. And then Mex and I were the gnocchi tots. But it's gnocchi. But not if you talk to the guy from fucking Blue Apron Classics or whatever the fuck. It's gnocchi. He says that's almost like a Japanese pronunciation of it because there's gnocchi, which is the way it's pronounced, which is of course fluffy little pillows of potato dough. Huh?
How do you know that's how it's pronounced? Maybe the Japanese pronunciation is the correct one.
Listen, man, I ate pizza once. I know how to say all that shit. I grew up eating spaghetti. I can say bolognese, whatever the fuck. I can say carbonara. Duh. I can say all those stupid things. I can say parmigiana. Ricotta. I'll bite my hand. All right, so I can say all those stupid things. I don't fucking know. It's like, believe me, I live in fear of it. Like when I go to a joint, you don't want to fuck up and say the wrong thing. What are you doing? Grabbing a pen? Grabbing a legal pad? Thinking of names?
A legal pad. Just
Look
keep
at you.
talking.
I can't do that. I got to tell people what's happening.
You're so weird.
Dude, I'm 50 years old. You know how 50-year-old I am? You know what I have on my desk right now? I've got a pen, I've got an external hard drive, and I've got a Gelson's ad, a Ralph's ad, and a Vons ad so I can find yogurt to buy. Jesus Christ. But the problem is, I got to have somebody deliver me that shit. That's the thing. That's the thing. You have to go out here and go get sales at like a real joint. But like if you go to Amazon, because I can't understand people buying like produce on Amazon. I don't want some fucking stranger picking up my green beans, right? Doesn't that make sense? How do I know you like an orange that I would like? Fuck you, man. I can see you coming. I don't think you would like the same oranges I like. If that FedEx dude, when he walked up, if he had a box full of oranges, I'd be like, dude, take this shit back. And he'd be like, what do you mean? I'd go, I don't want these oranges. He'd be like, well, these are just oranges. And I go, oh, it's not just oranges. You got to feel them. You got to grope them. You got to bounce them off your bicep in a fun, playful thing that people can watch you do in the store. And that's when you know an orange is good. If you can take an orange in your hand and go, boop, and you bop it off and catch it in your hand, and everybody goes, and then you buy that orange. That's a good orange.
What about Harry and David? They've been in business for 100 years.
Who are these idiots?
They deliver fruit. Boxed peaches from, and artisan pears and,
They deliver fruit?
Yeah. That's what they do.
You know what I want to do? I just want to get a house like a lemon tree, and then I'll open my own bullshit thing like that, and I'll deliver lemons to everybody. Right? Don't you
I
think?
have one in my front yard.
You got a lemon tree in your new place?
It's a lemon tree.
Well, you got to bite that shit.
No,
Yeah, you do.
well, we found the name of the show.
What? We can't call
You
it that.
gotta bite that shit.
Dude, you got to bite that shit. Once you do, then you'll figure that. You know what? Bite that shit, and then you got a mail order business. That's all you got to do.
I want to host the Bite That Shit podcast.
How do we not have it? We got to get that lined up for the Mike Schmidt Podcasting Network. The Bite That Shit podcast? Dude, bite that shit. You got to bite that shit. That's when you know what you got. Dude, what's the stuff in my yard? I don't know. Bite it. You got to bite that shit. Then you know what you got in your yard. It looks like a gourd. I don't know. Sink your teeth into that motherfucker. That'll tell you what it is. You want to know what something is? Bite it. That's it right now. I got a 3-year-old's mentality. If you want to know what that is, but look and watch a 3-year-old. He's biting coffee tables. He's biting dogs. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't need a book to go, hey, look, this is a coffee table. Hey, man, that's a dog. Hey, you bite the coffee table? Ow, my teeth hurt. Hey, you bite the dog? Yipe! The dog goes away. That's how you learn about life. You should just bite everything. That's it from now on. You should just, that's how I'm living my life. If I want to know if something's cool or something's good, I'm going to bite it. I am just all choppers from now on.
Will you bite the Amazon guy to find out if the oranges are
Fuck yes. By the transitory power of delivering produce, I will bite him and find out all about those goddamn oranges.
Then you should totally subscribe to Fresh.
This is the way to go, man.
You're on board now.
I'm going to bite everything. I'll bite the box it came in. I'll bite the skin. I'll bite everything there is to bite. You got something lined up, motherfucker. I'm biting it. I'll bite whatever you got. What are you rebelling against? What do you got? What are you biting? What do you got? Line it up on the counter, and I'm just coming in with an open mouth and an open mind. Let's do this, motherfucker. I am biting everything in the vicinity. Stand aside. Nothing leaves here without marks on it. You're goddamn right, I'm all mouth. I'm biting everything. See, that's a good, you scoff, but that was good logic. You're like, I think it's a lemon tree. Bite that shit, man. You'll know immediately what it is. Could be an avocado. Could be a death-inducing pod. You have no idea.
That's why I'm like, I'm not exactly sure.
No, that's the gamble you got to take.
Juice it first and
No, this is the gamble. This is the part of being alive. This is what it means to be alive. Biting things in your yard.
Then I get poison oak of the face.
You're in the, no, fuck that. You're in the, fine. And you know what you learned? And then you know what you don't do the next time? You don't bite that shit.
But that's the mantra of the show.
But you saw it. But no, because you bite it once, you know what it is. You know if it's good or bad. So if you see poison oak and you don't know what it is, you bite that shit and you get poison oak in your face. Like, I can't bite that shit anymore.
But I have a bad memory. I would never do. I have to then have pictures on my phone in a folder of don't ever bite this shit again.
Listen, who among us does not have things in a folder about don't ever bite this shit again? Who among us does not carry that folder with us at all goddamn times?
That should just come pre on your phone.
It should. Hey, Steve Jobs' ghost, get on that, motherfucker. What's wrong with you? Go hunt that gay Tim dude and have him create a folder for shit I almost bit.
Probably when he died, he did something.
No, he didn't bite anything. That's the problem. He had cancer. He should have started biting everything in the fucking world to see if it cured it. Who knows? Dude, go bite those oranges and then bite those eggs and then bite that lotion and bite that kid. See what happens. Maybe that's a combination. Maybe that's the secret combination to curing your cancer. Biting everything, getting the right combination in your bloodstream to go ahead and fucking kick it the fuck out. Cancer's just overwhelmed because there's all sorts of shit fucking inside you. It's going inside your mouth and your saliva and your bloodstream. Cancer's like, dude, there's no room for us. This motherfucker keeps biting shit. We gotta get out of here. Cancer packs up and leaves right through your ear while you're sleeping. Just fucking, yeah, just grabs, packs his little cancer briefcase and just walks right the fuck out. Just adios, man. Cancer he just looks like a little fucking, he's just a little guy. Just walks right out of your ear. That's, I don't even think, because cancer is like a bunch of cells. Bullshit. I think it's just one cell. I think there's one cancer in you. They can say everything they want. They can show me all the charts. Until I bite those charts, I don't believe them. I only trust what I bite. That's it, man. That's how I'm living my life. So if you want to sell me something, like you want to sell me a car from now, my new philosophy is going to be perfect for the rest of my life. I'm going to go buy a car in 40 years when I have money again, and the guy's going to go, here's a hot little honey with this beauty, you'll get 45 miles to the gallon. And I'm going to go, chomp, don't trust this car. Next. And of course, this is supposing that I'll have teeth in 45 years when I have money. Boy, does this philosophy work with dentures? It's got to be your own teeth that you're biting with, right?
That would be so sad if you got all the money and no longer had teeth to bite and test stuff. It's like the gift of the Magi.
The gift of the Magi, isn't it? It's terrible. He has all the money in the world.
I gave you all the money and now I have no teeth.
I sold my teeth to get you all the money. So terrible.
Oh my god.
But then you got to gum that shit. That's what you got to do. It's not the same.
Oh my god.
But at least that gives you an idea.
Shit.
Dude, my mouth is just in action. Let's go to work. I've got to acquire new things, and I need to get my teeth involved. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if dentures work, though, man. It's like bite that shit works, but if you got to get your teeth involved, I don't know. Your teeth are fine, but I mean, dentures, that doesn't do it. It's not a true bite. That's never. You don't ever get a true bite with dentures. I don't want dentures, man. That'd be fucking strange, like chewing with like somebody else's teeth. I don't want some corpse's teeth in my mouth. That's fucking crazy. And don't tell me they make it out of fucking porcelain or bullshit. No, dude, that's all straight up corpse teeth. When you get dentures, that's another thing. I'll tell you what, let's open that. You got your yard and you got your lemon tree. We bite that shit. We start selling a mail order. I'm going to get a mortuary and I'm going to harvest the teeth and sell them as dentures. Boom. This is it. Look at this money-making plan I got ahead of us.
I'm almost in at this point.
You're in. You're jumping right on both feet. What are you talking about? There's no almost.
I'm on the Bite That Shit network.
We're on the Bite That Shit kick, man. We're going to be selling home fruit and corpse teeth. Dude, I'm totally in.
I want to film this commercial, if nothing else.
Oh, my God. Where do we film it? I think it's perfect. We got to get a spokesperson. Who could we possibly have?
We'll do it in my front lawn where the lemon tree possibly is.
I want Jim J. Bullock to be my host. He's the guy. That's my dude. That's my go-to guy for fucking home sold fruit and corpse teeth. Yeah. Because he's a fruit with a good smile. So what the hell? Let's throw him in the mix.
Are his teeth real?
I have no idea. I don't know what he's been doing with his mouth. Monroe! Is he even still alive? He might have eaten it. Literally. Are you going to Google him? No, don't Google Jim J. Bullock, because that's got to set up some sort of alarm. Like the police are going to come, some bullshit's going to happen. No, even worse, if you Google Jim J. Bullock, I guarantee in 5 minutes he knocks on the front door. Because we're the only people who care. He's got a Google alert set up for himself. He's going to find out where it is. He's going to use his fucking transponder.
I'm not the first person who searched Jim J. Bullock dead.
Oh, did it come up in the Google? It was like an automatic entry?
He is 60 years old. He is still alive.
What the
He
hell?
has not fared well.
What? That's shocking. Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? Bullshit. He's got a Carrie Elwes and Saw thing happening in that photo.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, but then again, Carrie Elwes was chained up in a basement sawing his own foot off. So probably that's not a good look to have. I'm like, hey, that guy looks like Carrie Elwes from Saw. Carrie Elwes was chained to a fucking filthy toilet and had to saw his goddamn foot off. So that's a good picture of him. See, I don't know what you're judging, but what do you think? I must look like a fucking monster to you if you think those dudes are looking bad. And by those dudes, I mean,
I haven't seen him in 20 years, and all of a sudden you look at him and it's like, well, yes, time has happened, hasn't it? And
Well, he
I don't
always-
mean it in a bad way.
but I don't think those pictures look bad. To me, it honestly looks like time has not happened to
He was
him.
like this little skinny-faced guy, and now he's a bigger guy. He looks completely different over time.
You know who
Time
he
is
looked
not
like a
treating
gay
him.
Jim J. Bullock whenever I saw him. That's what he looked like to me. Whenever I saw him, I was like, that dude looks like a gay Jim J. Bullock. And then I had no idea how right I was. Mr. Rush. I don't know why Paul Lynde showed up.
Paul Lynde is
Was that a Paul Lynde? That was a decent Paul Lynde, I guess.
No,
Hi, here's more references for you people that you'll never know because you're young.
I know, isn't it
I
awesome?
picture right now Jamilton Smith is home right now and she's just like, I don't know what that, or it could be Jamilton Smith. I've never known how to pronounce her name, but she'll like a photo and I'm like, hey, that's Jamilton or Jamilton Smith. I don't know who she is. Because I was always lucky that she never came up at any of the songs, like when Dave and I would do ridiculous stuff. Because I didn't know if it was Jamilton or Jamilton. It's got to be Jamilton, right? Don't you think it would be Jamilton? Because there's no Jamilton.
I have no idea.
I'll tell you what, if she starts a DJ service, you better flip the script and call it Jamilton. Why not? Hey, speaking of DJs, dude, I Ubered a famous DJ.
Really?
Yes. And I don't mean like a fucking American DJ, like, hey, here's Keys Van Nuys and, bullshit guys introducing records. I mean a spinner, a fucking Wheels of Steel, and a guy on the ones and twos. Well, I should tell you, I get called for an Uber, and I show up at these people's house, and there's a dude, and I will tell you, I have weird taste in men, I've been told. So when I pulled up, I thought this dude was striking looking. I mean, it was just like, whoa. He was just kind of a strappingly big guy, kinda, and he had like gray, like total salt and pepper hair. But he had his face. He was. When I pulled up, I knew. You know what I mean? Is that like I tell the story often when Jimmy Pardo saw Matt Dillon in a bookstore, and he said everybody stopped and turned their head. It was just fucking crazy. Some people have that thing where you just go, whoa, that's somebody. I think that might be somebody. And I pulled up and I saw this guy and I'm like, that guy looks like a young Jim J. Bullock. That's who that guy looks like.
Did you bite him immediately?
Of course. Are you kidding me? I leaped out of the car like Lucan the Wolf Boy and climbed right down this guy's throat.
Jesus Christ.
Chomposaurus. That's from like that movie. I think that show was on once in like 1977. I don't know. I have no idea why that popped up.
Oh, that was awesome.
That's what came up. Look, if you want to hear about Lucan the Wolf Boy or Dr. Shrinker, I'm happy to talk about it. You want to hear about Captain Cool and the Kongs? Let's talk about it, folks.
Oh, man.
Let's talk about Saturday morning cartoons and failed Friday night werewolf shows. Werewolf.
Werewolf.
It's very Matt McConaughey of me. Werewolf.
All right.
How did that happen, by the way?
What?
Matt McConaughey. How did that happen,
I
really?
have no clue. I think someone bit him and went, this tastes weird. Let's do something.
I'm in. Yeah, Toby Hooper bit him a million years ago or whatever. I don't know if Toby Hooper bit him. Whoever made the fucking Texas Chainsaw remake bit him.
I don't know.
But then Richard Linklater bit him. Richard Linklater bit him and said, yeah, that's the guy. That's Wooderson.
Every time I see him doing those commercials for the car, I'm just like, you are not anything that represents people who drive those cars.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why I mean, how did that happen?
I don't.
Because he was Wooderson and he was goofy and he was kind of he was literally just a smile in pants. That's all he was. He was a rolling ball of affable charm. Like literally that's all the guy was, to the point where he was a punchline on a Family Guy once where like Stewie's like main regret in life was he was going to die and never get to tell Matthew McConaughey how terrible he was. And then they cut away and he was just like, you're awful. I mean, you are just terrible. And it's like it's funny.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he wins an Oscar and he's the face of Cadillac. Like, I mean, it's such a fucking weird world, right? It's just so weird.
Get it. I mean, to me, he would be the face of a 1979 Dodge Charger.
Yeah. Right?
Yes.
Or an El Camino.
Oh, I think you give him too much credit.
Wow. You think the El Camino's that much classier than the Dodge Charger?
Yes.
I don't know. I think a muscle car's got a little more clout.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't, yeah.
But literally, he's in Killer Joe making Gina Gershon suck off his chicken leg. And then the next thing I know, he's accepting an Oscar. And I'm like, what the fuck? How did that happen? It's so weird. And look, I'm not saying he didn't deserve it or he doesn't deserve the success. And I'm also not saying I don't like him. I fucking love him. I see him and stuff and I'm just like, yeah, I'm in. I mean, look, I didn't watch any of his movies that he's a star in. But I mean, the things I've seen him in that I liked, I was like, yeah, that's the dumbest phrase of all time. I don't know if you know this. The things I saw him in that I liked, I actually liked. I enjoyed those. You know, when I thought he gave a good performance and I liked the movie, I actually liked it. It was pretty good. What an idiot. Shut the fuck up. I'm not saying he's not going to carry a movie for me. I'm not going to go watch him and an elephant or whatever the fuck that movie was. That's fine. I'm out.
Well, the elephant was good.
Well, look, I want to bite that elephant. I'll be the judge of that. I'm gonna fucking bite that elephant. I'm gonna find him, take a chunk out of him, and tell you just how good an actor that elephant really is. But I'm astonished that he was a guy again. He was Wooderson and he was playing foosball and he was having a party at the Moon Tower. And then he wins a fucking Oscar. And then he's the face of Cadillac. And again, you can't. I'd say that this show's about my life, and I talk about it all the time. And my life is becoming increasingly smaller. Like literally, my life is no longer anything other than a driver's seat. And I wish it were more than that. But my life is essentially a driver's seat. So I come now these weeks, and I'm like, do I tell them 10 Uber stories? Do they want to hear those Uber stories? Because then I'm just the Uber guy. Then I'm the Uber podcast. And I don't want to fucking be that guy, right? I also don't want to be the guy who can't pronounce fucking. What the fuck just happened there to my mouth?
I don't know.
I don't want to fucking be that guy. I don't want to chicken lady.
Another reference.
Scarred for life. God damn, the chicken lady was awesome, right?
He was one of the best characters ever.
But if the Kids in the Hall came back today and did a show,
They did.
well, but they were touring. They were touring and
Yeah.
stuff. But I'm saying if they did a television show, would they still have the fuel? Would they still be able to bring you what they brought you? Does youth and exuberance lead to better comedy? And then when you get older, you get settled in your life. Because again, you would think with
leads
more
to
life
better
experience.
risks.
Because you and I have talked about this, and you always give me that speech, and you're like, because I'm always like, dude, it's over. I mean, everything is. I don't know what's going to happen here, but I know I'm spinning my wheels a little bit, and I don't know if I'm ever going to make it or whatever. And you're always what's your go-to? Who's your guy? What's your go-to? Who's your guy?
My dad or Drew Carey?
Drew Carey's one you've always mentioned, but there's another one. You always bite this guy. This is your guy, a guy you bit. Lewis Black.
Oh, Lewis Black. Yeah.
That's always the speech I get from you. You're always like, Lewis Black wasn't famous until he was 77 years old. Yeah. He had 4 different types of cancer. He was on his deathbed in a hospital, and he made a nurse laugh. And the next thing you know, he's on television every goddamn day.
Oh my God, he's Matthew McConaughey.
See? That's what I'm talking about. How did this happen? Who bit Lewis Black?
There's no end. It just keeps going.
You just have to keep. That's why I say go forward and make it happen and all that sort of stuff.
It's that whole youth gives you the stupidity to make more risks. Usually, as you get older, you tend to make less risks.
Well, also I will tell you this: as an old man who keeps doing dumb things, you are no longer looked upon as having the exuberance of youth. Now you're looked at as a fool who doesn't learn from his mistakes. So it gets to be a little bit where you're kind of pulling within yourself and going, well, maybe I don't do that. And then the next thing you know, you're just in your fucking house watching Cupcake Wars all goddamn day, unless you're driving strangers to their fucking lives. Literally, your life is facilitating other people's lives, and you fucking realize that and go, oh my God, what am I doing?
But yet, as you stood at the Dirty Birdie Story Hour last night, and they were like, come up with a name for the porn for da-da-da-da, and you said leather palm, the room lost it.
Well, I
2 words.
Well, that, yes.
One word?
Well, and also, but then one sentence too. That was my favorite part of the night. Actually, I went to a show last night. Okay, I'll get to that in a second. But I remember that.
Yeah.
Because I was going to talk about that. But
you're brilliant and you're funny. It's just getting out there and doing it.
Well, sure, but these people don't want to hear that anymore. They're tired of hearing me go, well, I'm going to do it. Meh.
You're funny here too. I mean, this is, I don't.
I'm just waiting for the right person to bite me. As soon as someone shows up and takes a chunk out of me, everything will be fine. Huh? Show a little more cleavage, you think? I should do that? There you go. Check this out. I actually have a pretty badass neck. I'm not going to lie to you. My neck is worth biting. Step on up. Ask anybody who has. I'll tell you right away, it's quite an experience. But when I say like Matthew McConaughey, like how did that fucking happen? So I have a show where I talk about my life.
Yeah.
And people hear about things that I've done, and they're like, holy God, really? That happened? But dude, if you had Matthew McConaughey here and he told you he would have one story about his life that would destroy the 8 years of storytelling I've ever done on this show. Bullshit. He would. I mean, I fought a guy in a glory hole or whatever the fuck. I beat up a car. I did all this stupid, dumb nonsense. But like, he could be like, hey man, I remember this time that me and Harvey Keitel picked up these hookers in Bangkok. And you're just like, done. That's it. There's no more stories. That story has just drained all of the story out of every other story in the history of the world. I disagree with you.
Did he ever stand behind a curtain and have a bead of sweat roll down his face?
McConaughey?
Yeah. No, he didn't. He led his life. His life is not any better or funnier than yours. I think you have done some of the weirdest, funniest shit I've ever.
Yes, but I'm also but also the difference is I can convey it in a different way. Like I mean, I can do that. It doesn't matter. I'm not comparing myself to Matthew McConaughey. My point is.
Drop Harvey Keitel. You fucking can drop 400 stories that are brilliant and brilliantly told.
Harvey Keitel and none of them.
So what?
I need Harvey Keitel to bite me.
Maybe that's what happened to Matthew McConaughey.
Maybe.
And Lewis Black.
They got pulled over. Keitel pulled them over. He bit them and he jerked off at the side of the car. That's what he did.
Where is Keitel now? Somebody get me Keitel on the phone.
I must have Keitel. Tell him to bring his teeth. Does he have his own teeth? He still probably has his own teeth.
Maybe.
Huh, sport?
Maybe when he bites people, it's like when walkers bite people.
Oh, and he changed them into famous?
He changes them into famous.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
We all have a famous disease, but until they're bitten by Harvey Keitel, they don't.
I can't do a Keitel. I think Max can do a Keitel.
Well, let's get him on the phone quick.
Call him up. Dial him up. Somebody bite that Mexican dude. Get him to talk about Keitel. But my point is, the overarching point of all of it, McConaughey is a guy who, like I said, he's had a life. He's had this amazing thing happen. And you hear about it and you go, fuck, I didn't realize that. I didn't know that person did those sorts of things. We saw that thing today. There's this thing going around the internet from the Oatmeal. And it's a story about a plane crash in 1947 and what happens. And then there's a rescue. And I don't want to give it away if you haven't read it because the end of it.
Give it away.
Oh,
spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. All right. Should I give it away?
Just spoiler alert.
Okay. Spoiler alert. So now you can turn this off. And as if you hadn't already, go bite something. I'll be here when you get back. So the Oatmeal writes this long thing about a plane crash in 1947, and there was a co-pilot, and he talked to everybody, he made this woman safe, and he saved some people, and he split everybody up, and he radioed for help. And it turns out the person who did that was Gene Roddenberry, who created Star Trek. And he said that before Gene Roddenberry was Gene Roddenberry who created Star Trek, he was a cop, and he survived 3 plane crashes, and he saved lives that day, and he's lived this unbelievable life. We only know him from fucking tribbles and bullshit. Literally. Like, if you think that's the truth.
One of my favorite Star Trek podcasts.
It was a good episode. That was a really good episode. But that's the thing, is like, all I know about Gene, again, here's what Gene Roddenberry did. He had an affinity for green chicks. That's all you know about Gene Roddenberry up until I just told you that story. All you know is he thought one time, hey man, I'll bet a guy from another planet's got pointy fucking ears. Like, that's what Gene Roddenberry thought. He's like, you know what? Let's do that.
But everybody has their story until you know it.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But then when you stumble upon that story, you're like, holy fuck. It's like, I don't ever want to speak to old people. Like, I get no interest in it. I don't want to talk. Fuck that. But you're right. They're not awesome. No, they're not. Because for everyone who's got some story about how he killed 14 Krauts in World War II, there's another one who's like, hey, I've been growing spaghetti squash for 75 years competitively. Get the fuck out of my house.
That's awesome.
Fuck that. I bite that guy immediately.
And find out if the spaghetti squash is any good.
Yeah, I found out if he's telling the truth. I bite that guy just to get inside and check out the rings, man. See if it's happening. Although I will say this for him, if he was just growing spaghetti squash to feed the world, I'm in, because it's delicious. It's so delicious.
Maybe that's what he does.
No, I said he did it competitively.
But maybe it's competitively to make it better so that it grows better.
No, but you don't even understand. I spoke to this guy at length. He's growing the spaghetti squash competitively, but here's the thing. There is no competitive spaghetti squash growing competition. That man is competing with himself. Each squash he grows competes with the one previous. That's what he's doing. He's ever in pursuit of the perfect spaghetti squash. He'll never find it, but he'll never stop. He's an unstoppable squash growing machine. He will just come forward.
Story. Someone who is so dedicated to the perfect squash. Why is that not a life goal that's worth?
It's grim. It's awful. Because look, have you seen the inside of his house? It's a hoarder's nightmare. It's just seed packets and newspapers and instructional pamphlets. Nobody wants to fucking see that. Dude, you walk into his house and just like, oh, dude, here's some marigold from 1961.
What if Roddenberry saved all the parts of all those planes in his house?
See,
what if he hoards plane parts? What if you only heard the good part of Roddenberry?
See, the sad thing about Roddenberry is he actually went to that dude's house to save him from this, and the guy's like, I'm good. But yeah, you go into that dude's house, you're like, dude, here's a packet of rhododendron seeds from 1961. He's like, that was the year I found the squash. He used to be a talented gardener. He grew a ton of shit. He was one of those guys with just a green thumb. But then he was like, he grew a squash and it was imperfect. He's like, oh, I got to grow a perfect squash. That guy in 1961 dedicated himself to growing the perfect squash, and he's never stopped. And I know you say that there's nobility in that. And I say, fuck you. Get out of your house. There's much more to this than squash. Go bite the world, man. Quit biting that squash in your house. Get the fuck out there and bite the goddamn world. But everybody's got a fucking story. Everybody does. That's the point. And that's why I'm so upset when I see people tell stories improperly or don't tell them correctly. You're just like, dude, what are you fucking doing, man? You could have done this. You could have nailed it. You could have crushed us out of the goddamn park. But they don't.
But that's the growth process and the journey of doing what you do. They're in pursuit of learning to tell stories.
Oh, no. Since 1961. Fucking So Roddenberry, man, you hear that story and you're just like, Jesus Christ, that dude's lived a goddamn life. Like a crazy life. Like, Leah Remini wrote a book, and it came out about Scientology. And the only parts I saw were the parts about Tom Cruise, of course. You know what I mean? So she...
His wedding, I heard.
Oh, dude. That picture of her with Jennifer Lopez in fucking Italy, that's funny. That made me laugh. So Leah Remini seems like she survived the Scientology experience with very few scars, and she can look at it and see it for what it was. And she's luckily all of her thetans have been left behind or whatever. She's in search of the perfect thetan. She keeps shedding them. But she tells a story about Tom Cruise where he's in his house. He wants cookies. And he starts looking for cookies, and he doesn't realize that on the countertop they've put out a tube of cookie dough for him and a cookie sheet, like his assistants, his handlers, the Tom Cruise posse, the people who keep Tom Cruise happy and smiling, which doesn't seem like it would take much effort because I've seen the fucking guy. And yeah, there you go. Tom Cruise posse, TCP. I can tell you what, they don't want no scrubs. The TCP don't want no scrubs. Scrub is a guy who can't get that cookie stuff for Tom Cruise. Sitting on the passenger side of his best friend's ride. Going to get cookies for him. All right, so Tom Cruise wants cookies, and he's looking around and he can't find, he just wants to make cookies. And so he's like, guys, where's the cookie stuff? And Leah Remini said it was so weird because everybody's freaking out because they didn't want to go, hey, Tom, the cookie stuff's right there on the counter. And the disconnect in the story to me is, and again, this is where I go because I like Tom Cruise. Her story is like, it was crazy to watch these handlers all freak out because they didn't want to tell Tom, dude, the fucking cookie shit's right there on the countertop. All you do is slice it open, slice the cookies, and throw them in the oven. But Tom Cruise is losing his mind because he wants the cookie stuff and he doesn't know. Dude, this guy there's a picture of him online eating a submarine sandwich on the tallest building in Kuala Lumpur. Like literally, he's on the top of it. He's on the tip of a radio antenna, just taking a lunch break. That's who that fucking dude is. So he doesn't know where the flour is in his fucking house. I can't fault him for that. That motherfucker is out there using suction cups to climb up suction cups. He's using suction cups to climb up a wall of a building in Pyongyang. But yet, he comes to his house and he wants to find a little vanilla to throw in his chocolate chip cookie recipe, and nobody can help him with it. And he's pissed. So he's getting pissed that he can't find the cookie shit. And he's like, fellas, I just want the cookie stuff. But the thing is, her thing is, it's right there on the countertop. Okay, it's just a tube of fucking cookie dough. He's got to do is slice it up and throw it in the oven. But all the handlers are freaking because they don't want to make Tom mad or sad or whatever the fuck they don't want to do with Tom because he's the meal ticket.
Because he doesn't know something.
Right. But what I choose to believe is Tom Cruise saw that there. And he was like, fuck that. I'm Tom Cruise. I'm not going to take the shortcut and make this fucking bullshit cookie dough. I want to make my own cookies with flour and sugar and vanilla and chocolate chips and pecans and whatever the fuck I want to put in there because I'm Tom Cruise. You know what I want to do? I want to make chocolate chip cookies filled with awesome. That's what I want to do. Because if you're Tom Cruise and you're fucking doing it for yourself because you've made yourself into this giant star and whoever the fuck you are, why the fuck do you want to use pre-made cookie dough? Who the fuck knows who did that? That's like me eating oranges that some guy picked out for me on the internet. Fuck that.
Picking out stuff for him. Do you think he's gone to a grocery store at 4 a.m. ever?
That's why I don't fault him in this story. How the fuck is he supposed to know where the salt is in his house?
But I think the disconnect is, how do you get to the point of where you don't know how to do the things that are normal for most people? How do you let that happen?
Because you're making billions of dollars riding a motorcycle through the streets of Cairo. You're riding an elephant with Bill Murray somewhere and then telling people how much it sucked. Tom Cruise is out biting the universe, man. He can't be home wondering where the goddamn vanillin is. He has no idea where the extract is. I did say vanillin on purpose. Don't think I did that. By the way, vanillin is a very tasty villain.
Oh my God, I want to be a vanillin.
That's chocolate's enemy.
Oh, I totally want to be a vanillin.
Chocolate. Well, no, it's not. No, you're not a vanillin. Vanillin is a guy, like Spider-Man. So vanillin is like he's a very scent-worthy enemy of chocolate. Like chocolate fights vanillin. Vanillin sounds like a compound you'd use to give somebody if they had cancer. Like you'd have to like inject it into their platelets.
Look forward to that. Oh, this is the best tasting chemo ever.
Love it.
Smells delicious.
Taste it in the back of my throat. Oh my God, tastes like summer nights. Then cancer.
What the fuck were you doing on summer nights?
I was stabbing myself with a long needle and tasting vanilla, eating ice cream. And then you shoot somebody full of vanilla and what happens? Cancer packs up its bags, walks out of here. Just takes off, bails. But my point is everybody's got a life. So, I mean, like Tom Cruise has a life. He's doing shit. So when he comes home and he doesn't know where the fucking paprika is, that's not his fault, man. He hasn't stocked his house with paprika. And yeah, you're like, well, when was the last time you went to a grocery store? Well, he probably doesn't. You know why? He uses Amazon Fresh. And then it comes to his house and he's like, I'm fucking Tom Cruise. Why would I let anybody pick out fucking green beans for me? It makes no sense. It's a cycle, man. It's a terrible cycle. He's too famous to go buy his own chestnuts, but he doesn't want to have somebody pick out chestnuts for him. So now Tom Cruise lives a life without chestnuts. It's terrible. It's really hard. Chestnuts are disgusting, by the way. Good for you, Tom. Avoid them.
Chestnuts are awesome.
No. Sorry. They're a decent song lyric. That's about it. but as a snack food, they are out the door.
What the fuck?
So, but everybody's got a life, man. Good for them. Everybody's got an awesome life, and it's cool. But when you find out about it, it's astonishing. Like that Roddenberry thing, it's kind of astonishing. It really is. You know, I saw this week the Google Doodle was Hedy Lamarr.
Oh, Hedy's amazing.
Okay.
Sister's fantastic.
Well, I don't know fuck all about Hedy Lamarr. I know Mel Brooks cribbed her name for Blazing Saddles, and that was it. Threw an L in there.
And she settled. And, yeah.
Well, I don't know anything about her. Okay, I know she was an actress and all that shit. But then on the Google Doodle, I got a little, it's because they show all the shit that she's doing, and I'm like, what the fuck? Was she an act? Did she act like a scientist in some movie? Like, what the fuck? So I go, and then it ends with the link to where, her Wikipedia page. So I go there, and I read about Hedy Lamarr. Now look, dude, here's who Hedy Lamarr is. I will tell you this, and this is enough. This is all you need to know. She is the first woman to ever simulate an orgasm on film that wasn't in a pornographic film or one of those like back alley black and white bar fucking stag film reel to reel type things. She was in an actual big screen release, and she had sex with a guy in the movie, and she simulated an orgasm. It was the first time a woman ever showed that she was having enjoyment from sex other than porns. But I'll tell you what, though, if you watch those old black and white porns, those women are not enjoying themselves at all. No, because it's really hard for you to lean back and come when you realize you can't vote. You know what I mean? That's gotta suck.
Most of those women were prostitutes.
They're just leaning back and they're like, I cannot come under the tongue of my oppressor. I can't do that. So they Hedy Lamarr, so she did that, and that alone is an astonishing accomplishment. To break the Hays Code and to kind of break the wall and cause all of this censorship and to cause an uproar and a rigmarole.
And a wonderful actor on top of it.
Well, then we get to her career, because that's in like 1931, but then she continues to act, and she does amazing work in movies, and she's considered the most beautiful woman in Europe,
Yep.
as well as a very talented actress.
Yep.
So she becomes, she's in a lot of projects, and she's doing very well. And then she's married to a dude, and then she winds up not being married to that dude anymore. But then there's this story. She puts, I'm jumping around a little bit, but she fled her husband in Germany, like her abusive husband. So to get away from him, she hid in a brothel. And as she's hiding in the brothel, she's in a room hiding. A guy comes into the room where she's hiding, and because she doesn't want to alert them that she's hiding there, that she poses a prostitute and has sex with this stranger. That's how badly she wanted to get away from her husband. She actually had sex with this stranger in the brothel, posing as a prostitute so she could get away. And she did. She wound up getting away. And he was German, I think, and he was just not a good person from what I read. I did not read his Wikipedia page. I apologize. No, Mr. Lamarr is not someone you want to go ahead and study up on. Let's put it this way. If she banged Otto from the beer garden to get away from this dude, he could not have been somebody good. That's who it was. Come on. It's in Germany, right? It's literally like 1930 in Germany.
Otto from the beer garden.
It's some dude with a big fucking mustache filled with sauerkraut and sausage grease, and he's wearing lederhosen. And he just comes in and he's like, hey, you want to do it, baby? And she's like, yes. And he's like, all right. And he pushes like play on the non-existent cassette player that's there. No.
What plays?
And he only plays it not because he likes it, but just so he can keep time to it. That's why German prostitutes were so fucking depressed. They were getting fucked to pom music. They had to fucking realize, because there was no rhythm. These guys aren't into it. They're just like that. The only reason German men fuck to pom music is so they can keep time with the fucking. That's it. That's it. That's how they did it. No rhythm there. That's all. That's right. You Teutonic bastards. So Hedy Lamarr bangs a stranger to get away from her husband.
Yes.
That alone is an accomplishment. That alone is a big deal, right? So then she goes up and she's in movies and she fakes an orgasm on screen. Everybody's like, I can't believe that you did that. She's like, I faked an orgasm for Otto from the beer garden. I think I can do this. I didn't even know that fucking guy.
Oh my God.
So she does that on screen and then she bails and then she like marries another dude, or she got a neighbor. It was a neighbor, I think it was. Go read the Wikipedia pages. I'm not telling this story properly.
No, you're not.
But the bottom line is, and this was the vibe I got. Literally, like the war starts. World War II starts, and she becomes so annoyed with it. Literally, that was the reading I said. She was like, I want to help. Because she's so anti-German because she still hates Otto. So she's like, I got to do anything to get back to the country of the guy who banged me. And she's like, so I want to help. And of course the government went, oh, that's cute. And they patted her on her most beautiful woman from Europe head. And they said, go sell some war bonds. That will really help. And why don't you make some toast on your way out, honey? And they smacked her on her European ass. Because it is so fucking terrible to be a woman in this country, whether it's the 1940s or the 2017s. Because you are not taken seriously. You see Kathy Griffin's article today?
No.
You got to read it.
Oh, good.
No, you got to read it. It's fucking brilliant. She just goes, I have never made what a man has made.
No.
She goes, I'm 55 years old. I still have to go in and ask for raises and they say no. She goes, she went to a business meeting at NBC. She brought her Emmys. She just put them on the desk. She goes, "Can I get a raise?" Like literally like that. It's fucking. It's the article. I'm reading it. I'm just like, good for you. And the reason I'm reading it too in that way is because I have nothing. You know what I mean? And I bitch constantly about having nothing and sitting in my apartment and Ubering and you know, yeah, I could sit down and write a joke or I could do all these different things. It's all underway. I'm making plans. I just letting you know, I'm not bitching. I'm not firing into the ether here with nothing. I actually, you know, the last 2 weeks I've taken some steps. Once they come to fruition or anything fucking happens, I'll tell you about them. And it's not a big deal. It's just I did shit. I answered some emails and I wrote people and I went to a show last week and I got my name out there a little bit and I got booked for something and it's, you know, I'll tell you about all that. But I'm not booked for anything that's gonna make any money. But I'm going back out. I got the bug. I had the bug, the doomsday bug, like the monkeys would tell you about. So, But when I read Kathy Griffin's story, I was just like, because she goes, I have this work ethic that's fucking ridiculous. Like it's just, I just won't fucking stop and I will not be denied.
Joan Rivers, exactly.
But she even says that. She goes, you know, Joan Rivers, she mentions that. But she says, I have to create for myself. That's it. She talks about the New Year's Eve thing. And she goes, do you think that I get paid when Anderson gets paid? Absolutely not. She starts laughing. She's like, no. She goes, and I think I'm actually a pretty big part of that show. She goes, so I think I'm going to ask for a raise this year. I think. I might not. She said, when I was doing the fucking, I don't know, whatever the show she was on, Suddenly Susan. And she's like, she goes, I was the second lowest paid cast member. All 3 years, like for 3 years. And then finally she went in and she asked for a raise and they were like, no. And she's like, what do you mean no? Who says no? But she says she has to go in and she asked around. She asked the whole cast how much money they make. And they shared it with her and she found out what she was making. She's like, Jesus Christ. So I read this article and I thought it was frank. I thought it got right to the fucking point. I thought it was brilliant for her to come out and say these things because she's fearless. She doesn't give a fuck because you know what? She's got her audience and that's fucking great. Yeah. When you have your audience, you can come out and be a little, you can Norma Ray and ring the fucking bell. Why not? 5 comments because I read it right when it came out in Variety. The 5 comments underneath the story. What do you think? Just what do you think? Well, you know, if you were fucking funnier, you'd make more money. Oh, yeah, this bimbo thinks that she can just walk in there. If you were classy, you wouldn't be asking everybody what they made. I mean, literally just, hey there, Comedy Rosa Parks. How dare you talk about how bad things are? Get back to the back of the bus. And she even says, I think it's important for me to say what I make. And I think it's important for women to say what they make because one of the ways that we are kept down is by us being encouraged not to talk about the fact that we make less. And I'm reading it and I'm just like, I can't even imagine those struggles. Because I'm just a guy who literally, I sit in my house and I bitch about having to drive Uber, but then again, I don't do anything really to fucking change it. I haven't created a vehicle for myself or done those things.
Yes, you don't use your privilege. You should.
I should, right? I should use my white guy hammer. I should use my Mjolnir, my Mjolnir. I need to wield my Mjolnir because nobody else can lift it. Nobody else can lift my Mjolnir. Right? That Mjolnir's there for me, man. I got to use it to slay some fucking dragons and make shit happen. Instead, I'm going to use it to sit here and watch more goddamn Cake Wars. I found another cake show to watch. Like, I literally, how pathetic am I? I actually put in searching. I found Cake Wars because I was looking to tape Cake Wars, Holiday Cake Wars. I'm like, dude, I can't wait to tape Holiday Cake Wars. But underneath it was Ultimate Cake Off. I'm like, I've never heard of Ultimate Cake Off. What did I do? I recorded all of them. I recorded 15 Ultimate Cake Offs. Why? Why the fuck do I need to see fucking these housewives from Wisconsin make fucking cakes that look like Legos? I don't need to, but I do. I fucking do. Sure enough, there's some, hey, look at that woman from Alabama. She showed up and she made a fucking Mario cake. So what? And it's all that fake drama and I watch it. I sit there, because last week I did fuck all. I honestly just vegged out and fucking stared last week. That's what I did. I Ubered like on the weekend, but the rest of the time I was like, I didn't want to go to the fucking car. I didn't want to do anything, man. I bought stew on Monday. I did a podcast on Wednesday. That was it. That was basically, but then I went out. I went to a show either Wednesday night or Thursday night. I forget which night it was. Might have been Wednesday. And got the bug. I got the bug. So Hedy Lamarr hates the war. And so she wants to help, and they're just like, oh, that's so cute. Why don't you show us your tits? Show us your beautiful European tits. Because also she did nude scenes in movies. Like you can like Google Hedy Lamarr nude, which I did immediately, of course, which is so stupid because the story.
You're so proud of this woman, you immediately had to see.
I recognized all of her amazing accomplishments. I'm like, I got to see her without a shirt on. But so she talks to her neighbor. See, it would have stopped there. It would have stopped when she would have sold some war bonds. She would have shown a little leg. Bob Hope would have stuck a putter in her ass and the war would have been over. It would have been fine. But Hedy Lamarr was not going to take it lying down. Literally.
Really? Bob Hope and a putter?
Yeah. Hedy Lamarr was not going to take it lying down unless she was trying to get away from her husband. Then she was absolutely going to take it lying down.
Hedy Lamarr.
I'm assuming she took it lying down from Otto, right?
I don't.
Nobody stood up and had sex in the 30s.
I think when Pa music is playing, you do kind of stand.
Nah, man, that's all fucking missionary knees. That's it.
I would picture that doggy style.
Yeah, you know why? Because Otto doesn't look at her. She's a whore. That's what he's thinking.
Oh my God! Please tell me more about the good things Hedy Lamarr did.
But that's what Otto's thinking. He's like, this filthy whore.
By the way, I already know the good things Hedy Lamarr did.
Achtung! That's what he said.
Oh.
By the way, Achtung, it's not what you think it means in a brothel. Don't say it.
Oh my
Because then you get the bill at the end. You're charged for oral sex you never had. Achtung! So Hedy Lamarr gets banged by Otto. And then she's like, hey, I don't like this war business at all. So she goes to the government. And they're like, oh, you're so cute. Why don't you go home and crochet some rifles? You really want to help? Go make bullet hats. Go ahead and grab some needles and knit some bullet hats. Because our fucking bullets are cold on the front. Whoa, Hedy, please do something to warm up our troops. Why don't you make a nudie calendar and knit a fucking pot holder? Holy shit. Why don't you go and invent some rations? Why don't you make some beef stew and dry it out at your house? That'll be great, Hedy. Why don't you blow all the servicemen? Oh my God, that'll totally make morale go up. Literally, she walked in. She said, "Hey, is there anything I can do to help the war effort?" And she got as high as the Secretary of Defense. He opened a drawer in his desk and pulled out Betty Grable's white swimsuit. Here, throw this on. We've been holding this for a while. Toss this on. Here's what we think, Hedy. You really want to help with the war effort? We're going to paint your face on some planes. Is that okay? Give them heck, boys. Well, why don't you just say give them hell, boys? You might bash the Hays Code with your naked orgasms, but not us. We're going to give those krauts heck and what for? Not like you fucking those krauts. All right, so Hedy Lamarr is annoyed with the war. She's like, I don't get it at all. She takes some high-level meetings, as Hedy Lamarrs want to do. And there, she receives no satisfaction. She can't get no satisfaction there at all. She tried, and she tried, and she tried, and she tried. She couldn't get none. No. Hey. That's what I say about Hedy Lamarr. So she talks to her neighbor because she finds out that she's not going to be used in any way by the government and that would be helpful to the troops. She's like, I want to help the war effort. So she calls her neighbor up and she's like, we need to help the war effort. And he immediately calls and reports her as a spy because she's European. And she's saying she wants to get involved in the war effort. Well, of course, he's like, well, fuck you, European Harriet Tubman. I'm going to report you to the goddamn police. But instead, he comes around. He could have done that, but he came around. And Hedy Lamarr and him, by the way, I forget his name completely, but fuck him. You know what? He's not the sexiest woman from Europe. But they create, basically, they invent radar.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Gary Berghoff. It's not like they fucked and she had Gary Berghoff 9 months later.
Fuck, Mike.
They actually invented radar. The concept of jamming radar was invented by the sexiest woman from Europe and her fucking neighbor with a garden hose. Like the two of them sat down. Well, first she had to go visit him in his yard because he's taking care of some gardening, as we know. He had dedicated his life to the perfect squash. But then she came to him with a different purpose. And it's good that she came by because he was about to water his garden with a snake. She bit it immediately and said, that's not a hose. So she gets him on board, and I'm not fucking kidding. Go look it up. It sounds like I'm making up a joke. They invented radar jamming. An actress from Europe who banged a guy from a beer garden to escape her oppressive husband, and a goofy neighbor in Bermuda shorts who's watering his fucking garden. They get together because he was a guy he was a musician, and so he took the technology. And again, I'm a fucking idiot. I'm literally sitting here talking about biting snakes. So I can't explain it. You have to go read it. But essentially, they sat down and he took the technology that was used in self-playing pianos, those stupid, what are they called, player pianos? Is that it? Irma!
The punch paper that would click, click, click to make the notes play. Yeah.
Right, like Irma. So they have that thing where they're playing the, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes, but you're
Okay,
wrong
good.
about Irma.
Well, well, correct me, because
She's a
people.
ghost.
Well, she is a ghost, certainly.
Yes.
You know who else was a ghost now? Hedy Lamarr. We lost her, folks.
The ghost of Hedy Lamarr.
Terrible
I was
news.
very sad when she died.
You were sad when she died?
Yeah.
You know who else was really sad?
I was a fan.
You know who was actually really happy? Otto Jr.
Otto Jr. So anyway.
Didn't have to hear that story anymore from his dad. Oh, Christ. So Hedy Lamarr invents sonar and radar jamming. She sits down with this dude, and they use the technology from player pianos to create a sequence of beeps and codes using the 88 keys on a piano. They used 88 different sequences, and it would allow them to program torpedoes so they could not have their radar jammed. It made torpedoes uniform with their own submarine. So they only listened to commands from their own submarine because they could not jam, other people could not jam the radar without overloading their circuits trying to break the code that had been developed by Hedy Lamarr and her neighbor. So they applied for a patent for it. And they invented radar jamming, whatever the fuck. And Hedy Lamarr and her neighbor are like, duh, this might be useful for the Allies against the Axis. And she goes and applies for a patent, and I think she got a patent. And then the military went, "Aw, so cute. Why didn't you go sell some war bonds?" And Hedy Lamarr slumped her gorgeous shoulders and then went on a USO tour with a sailor who she kissed at every fucking stop to sell war bonds. The government completely ignored it. The military said, "We can't use this. We don't want it." And so Hedy Lamarr, who sat with her neighbor and wanted to be more than just a pretty face, wanted to be more than just a German whore, wanted to be more than just the first actress who ever orgasmed on film, wanted to be more than, wanted to help her country, her new adopted land that she had fucked a guy from a beer garden to get to. I mean, you just had to you had to what? Pay a toll you had to get your car inspected at the Mexican border? So what? Good for you. I'm glad you're here. Mexican guy's got to swim across a river. She had to swim across a river, a beer garden. What the fuck? She had to do the backstroke through a fucking pool of bratwurst grease to get to this goddamn country. And then she wanted to help it in a war against those same motherfuckers who made her have sex with Otto from the beer garden. And what happened? The military went, "We can't use this. You should put on some heels." And she slumped her shoulders and did just that. She went on a USO tour, and she and a sailor, and the way it was worked is she would call for a volunteer, and he would be there, and she'd call him on stage. It was like rigged where they'd go to every stop. And she would say, "Should I kiss him?" And everybody would go, "Woohoo!" And they'd hit themselves on the head with shoes. And she'd say, "Yeah, wahooga." And then she would go, "Well, if you buy enough war bonds, maybe I will give this dude a smooch." And you got to know the fix is in right there. Because if you've got the hottest woman in Europe saying that she will kiss this sailor if you guys buy enough war bonds, how's that sailor not going, "I will go into hock for the rest of my fucking life to kiss you right now"? Like, I mean, the fact that he didn't buy any war bonds should have tipped everybody off that this was a scam. But I guess we're all playing along and we're buying war bonds, and who cares? Hitler died. So that's fine. That's how it worked.
Hitler died.
That was it. That's the spoiler alert. Fuck. God damn it. I keep forgetting. 1947, a plane crashed in the Syrian desert. An engine caught on fire, and it seemed like it was going to go throughout the plane. There was smoke. Passengers were getting very, very panicky, and the co-pilot unsnapped his seatbelt, and he went into the back of the plane, and he sat next to a young painter from Germany. He said, "It's all going to be okay. It's all going to be okay." And then that plane went down in the desert. And that co-pilot dragged that German painter out of the plane and let an escaping Hitler disappear into the Syrian night. That co-pilot was Gene Roddenberry. And liberating Hitler from a burning plane, still less of a war crime than hiring William Shatner to be Captain Kirk. Little known fact, Hitler was up against Shatner for the role of Kirk. Roddenberry took a liking to that young man on that Chad in that plane. Actually went to the Syrian desert, to the Gobi Desert as well, to give a screen test to Hitler for the role of Kirk.
Oh, Christ.
You think it's a coincidence that Captain Kirk and Adolf Hitler are the same amount of letters?
What the fuck? No. Seriously? I'm not counting them. I don't care.
I'm guessing, but if I'm right, I'm a genius.
Right now, people are counting. That's the
They
sad
should.
part.
Why wouldn't you? I think I'm right.
I think so.
I think I'm right. I think I got that. That wasn't bad. Come on, that's not bad. Front of this, I read out of my fucking brain. That's not bad. I fucking bit that one. I nailed that one. So Hedy Lamarr invents radar, and she's forced to do a dog and pony show with some fucking fake soldier all over the town. And here's my favorite. So again, because it sounds like that's where it ends. You know, when you read about it. Dude, I swear to God, maybe I don't think I'm misinterpreting this, but when you read it, maybe you'll get a different feel from it. But in the Wikipedia page, it says that it was turned down by the military. They were like, "Yeah, how cute, how quaint, good for you. You invented radar. Go away." And then, well, this is interesting. 20 years later, when the patent expired, the military went, "Hey, this is a great idea," and started to use it all the time.
Yep.
You cunts. They just didn't want to say, "Hey, an actress invented this unbelievable weapon that we could have used." I mean, much more soon could the war have been over if they had adopted her technology and taken her seriously and not waited without giving her money? And I'm betting she wouldn't have been like, "I need $1 billion." She didn't strike me as a Dr. Evil type. You know what I mean? Although this is little known, Hedy Lamarr had a little Vern Troyer lookalike who followed her around all over the place. But I know she's not a Dr. Evil type because she had terrible flashbacks to the time when Otto from the beer garden put his pinky in her mouth. So. So the fucking military blew her off and then stole the technology, essentially. And now it's used in, I think it was in cell phones. And again, trust me, folks, I kind of half read the article before I went to look at naked pictures of her, certainly. But the bottom line is they fucked her. They as badly as Otto from the beer garden fucked her, at least she was able to escape and get to America. When she got here and they fucked her, they just took the technology 20 years later and she got nothing for it. Nothing, dude. And her life just spiraled off the fucking rails. Like she stopped talking to her kid and she for 50 years or some nonsense. She went and got a bunch of plastic surgery. She didn't get any roles. Zsa Zsa Gabor beat her out for a movie. I mean, everything went fucking south for Hedy Lamarr. That's terrible. Meanwhile, the government still to this day, and cell phones, and I think it's actually, you know what? Amazon uses this technology to ship broccoli to your fucking house. Absolutely.
I don't doubt it.
It's a tragedy. And it's an individual tragedy, certainly.
Yeah.
Okay? Because it ruined Hedy Lamarr's life. It sent her into this spiral. They didn't take they didn't give her credit. They didn't give her any money. I mean, she wasn't able to profit off it. And granted, she defeated the Axis. Good for her. So take that, fucking Iwo Jima guys putting that flag on the goddamn hill. You know what you should have been doing? You should have been raising Hedy Lamarr's skirt. That's what you should have been doing. Should have been that on a fucking flagpole. Planting that out there, goddammit.
I don't know about that.
This is why the Japanese keep their women so subservient in their culture. Because they know they were defeated in wartime by the European hottest actress. They were like, dude, Tojo, Mussolini, and Yamamoto, and fucking, I don't even know who Yamamoto is. I just made him up, by the way. Tojo, Mussolini, Yamamoto, and Hitler, all of them. Defeated by the first woman to ever have an orgasm on film. And that's just crazy. It's crazy. And she doesn't get the credit for it. Sure got an awesome Google Doodle all of it, though. Good for her. But look, that's a micro tragedy. All right, that's because it affected her life in such a way, and she doesn't get the credit she deserves. In my opinion, I feel it's a micro tragedy, but I also think it leads to a much larger picture. And I think it's more of a macro tragedy when you think about it, because if the government is willing to deny Hedy Lamarr her credit, her money, her finances for helping defeat Hitler and the Axis, where is the incentive for the hot actresses of today to come up with solutions to the world's problems? There are refugees, there are families starving right now in North Korea that will never know the cooling touch of water provided to them by the irrigation system designed by Sofia Vergara. In China, there are 8-year-old boys building iPhones 16 hours a day who will never know what it means to play in the sunlight and breathing in the clean, pollution-free air brought to China via the the pollution reduction system designed by Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, Jen.
That's the real tragedy in all of this, folks. Everybody's got a story. And until you know it, you don't know it. But it makes me worried, honestly. It really, because it makes me worried. Because what are these people I was able to dismiss out of hand are great. How shitty would that be? What if Mr. Belvedere from Saved by the Bell it cured cancer? Like, what if that happened? What if he was one of those dudes? He wasn't just a guy living in my friend's guest house and making his own beer. What if he was that guy? I think that's true, by the way. I'm not kidding. I think Mr. Belvedere lives in my friend's guest house and makes his own beer. I'm pretty close. I'm not even joking. I have to have some sort of personal connection to Mr. Belvedere because Paul Goebel continues to get him on his shows. There would be no reason for this guy to do his shows unless Paul knew him and had a connection some way. Did you just make a money signal like Paul Goebel has the big cash to pass out?
No, I made a different signal.
Is that a hand job signal?
No, it's a dealer signal.
Oh, dealer.
No.
Oh. Are you saying
Mr.
Paul?
Belvedere is the connection to the Kush in all of
I don't know.
California.
Oh, I thought you were saying that maybe Paul Goebel was dealing him illegal hops for the beer that he makes in my friend's guest house.
Maybe he does deal in illegal hops.
Could be.
Because they're self-sustaining hops, and the beer industry doesn't want Mr. Belvedere's natural, organic, self-sustaining hops ruin the entire beer industry.
I had a chance to get in on illegal hops. I was offered to get in on the ground floor of illegal hops. I couldn't do it. I went with illegal skips and jumps.
That's not how it works.
It's not? This explains why I never leave my purple chair. Except for this week. This past week. I went to a show last week that was fun, and hopefully I'll be doing it. Who knows? I'll tell you later. And then I have to go to a show this Friday. And there's no point in telling people. I mean, they're comedy shows. I got back out and started to watch some comedy and stuff. Because our friend Blind George keeps writing me and going, dude, what are you doing with your life? And every time I go to answer George's email, I type half of it and then go, this guy's blind, and I throw it away. You okay?
No, I almost died.
All right. Sorry about that. So, because George literally, he writes me 3 times a week. And I last week I go, I'm going to surprise this dude. I'm actually going to answer this one with like a detailed, and I typed out, I go, here's what I did today. Because I talked to the headshot people and I went to look at this show and I went to look at another show and I started to type it out. And then I went, this guy is totally blind. Like I can't.
He has a screen reader.
You know who does the voice for a screen reader?
I don't know who.
Otto from the beer garden.
Hope not.
Jawohl. Mein Schmidt ist wunderbar. Papa, papa, papa. You know who invented that technology? Hedy Lamarr. She's helping the blind to see from her grave. Still no credit. Just a Google Doodle. That's it.
Our government sucks.
Our government does suck. They banged Hedy Lamarr, left her down to
Men
a.
suck.
I'll go with that. Men do suck. Because I mean, you and I had that discussion.
No, women suck too. Don't get me wrong.
Dude, everybody
Men
sucks.
do.
Everybody in the fucking world sucks. That's why I don't want to trust some guy to pick out my peanuts when I order them from fucking Amazon. Fuck that.
Yeah, the systematic oppression of women and minorities just really, damn.
Why are you lumping minorities in there?
Because they're another oppressed group in this country.
Fuck that. They got
She
February.
was German. She was,
Fuck that. They got February.
I wasn't just talking about that specific.
Oh, I see. You're talking about all of them. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I can tell you this about the minorities. Apparently, all of them can afford Uber.
It's because they can't afford cars.
I'm literally. I drive. I must drive 12 to 15 Asians a night, and in my head, I go, "Well, that stereotype is dying before my very eyes."
Oh my god, that is fucking funny.
Either that, or they finally caught on. Hey, you hear those jokes about us? Fuck it. I'm gonna take a cab. Turns out we're awful at this.
Oh my god.
Let's get that big fat white guy to drive us around in his modern day rickshaw. The tables have turned, fatty. Yeah. The whip was a bit much.
I think so. Holy
Blame them. Don't blame me.
Oh Christ.
When they get in the car, I should probably stop going where you go.
Where do you go? Why not?
Sure.
You should just open a service where you go.
Where you go.
He's competing with Uber.
But actually, I have to call it, oh, where you go. No, I'll call it Where You Go, Joe. How about that? Where you go, Joe? Ding dong. Happy ride.
Happy Ride. Happy Ride. It's the new app for Asians.
Yeah, happy ride.
Oh my God, totally do it.
Super awesome, explosivehappyride.com.
I want to do it just because.
Where you go, Joe? Ding dong.
I'm not writing any of these down because I
What?
have a legal pad full of racism in here.
Legal pad is yellow. Terrifying.
Awful.
This is why this is dying on the vine. I've just lost all of them. I've lost all of them.
But when you mock the racism and the stereotypes as opposed to making a joke that is racist or stereotype.
Well, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm still sort of punching up.
Yeah.
I'm still punching, folks. That's the bottom line. Where you go, Joe? Ding dong. Let's get Where You Go, Joe. Dingdong.com. I like Ding Dong. I think that's funny. That's something like the Short Round would say, like the whole time in an Indiana Jones movie. Oh, Dr. Jones, Ding Dong.
That was so racist.
Listen, one of my favorite things in history. It's one of my favorite comedy things I've ever seen in my entire life. Stephen Colbert. He came on and he apologized for a racist thing that he had done,
yes.
and then he said, "Show the clip," and he's talking to an Asian production assistant.
Yes.
And he goes, "Oh, I don't need no sugar. My tea is sweet one just from you here. Give me a kiss. Ha ha. Ding 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 ding." And then he sips the tea. It's the funniest, just because the voice, the face, the moment. It is truly one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. It is, because again, Stephen Colbert is a fucking genius, and there's nothing he does that's wrong. But dude, just that scene, he goes, "Oh, I don't need no sugar. I just get kissed from you for sweets for my tea. Ha ha. Ding 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 ding." It's just so stupid. And it was all fake to apologize for the fake thing. Oh my God. Damn, it's so funny. So funny. And Hedy Lamarr invented radar so those poor people wouldn't have to deal with me, right? And now look what happened. So I went to a show last night, folks. I went to, should we talk? I should talk about this later, probably. I should talk about, I don't know, I'll talk about it now. I should talk about it later.
Why?
Later, next week.
No.
No, I went to Lily. Lily had she's been yelling at me to go to a show called the Dirty Birdie Story Hour at her
Since January.
venue. Yes, and I've wanted to make time to go, but as you know, folks, I'm very busy with whereyougojoedingdong.com. So I'm out there cruising the streets, taking people from Rice Bowl to Fall Room. I'm taking people from Noodle House to Noodle House all over this great land of ours, as you know. I'm taking people from Egg Foo to Young. I'm taking people from dim to some. I take them everywhere. Ding dong. So that's what I'm out doing. And so I don't go to the show. And also part of me doesn't want to go to the show because here's me and you know me and I'm going to tell you who I am anyway. If I've got to go prove to somebody that I'm worth doing something, that I don't want to go. Because that's the work part. That's the going there and going hi and shaking a hand and sitting there and pretending that you're enjoying yourself just so you can get a chance to go up and do the thing that you do best. Because, again, I'm the fucking talent. People should be knocking on my fucking door and going, dude, what are you doing, man? Why don't you come on out and do a show with us? And I'd be like, oh, of course. Haha, I'm just sitting here in a chair doing nothing for the rest of my life. But all I had to do was go. I talked about this on the show. And then she referred me to the lovely woman who books the show. And so Lily's word is bond. Lily said, I referred you, it's gold. And this woman actually knows my brother, Lenny. Yeah. So then I wrote her a note. I talked about this on the show, I believe, where I said, hey, I think we've met, but you know my brother, and Lily referred me, and I'd love to come and do the show. And she said, you'll have to come watch it. And we've never met. And as you know, I read things poorly. I'm learning about myself. I do a lot of black and white. I do a lot of splitting. And if you ain't for me, you're again me. So I'll tell you this, a lot of you are again me. I got to find some people that are for me. So I thought she was again me because she was going to make me come out and watch it rather than just booking me on the word of someone who has watched me tell stories for 8 years. And so that made me not want to do it because I'm a child. Because if I got to go prove to you that I'm good enough to do something, well, then maybe I'm not good enough. But I am good enough, but I can't show you that because I'd have to show up and prove it to you. But I'm not going to prove it to you. I'm going to sit here in my chair and watch comedians on television and wonder why they're famous and I'm not. And then finally, Lily texted me over the weekend. She's like, are you coming to the Dirty Birdie Story Hour on Monday? And as you know, I read texts with an exclamation point and base in them all the time. Every text. It doesn't matter. It could be breezy. Well, see, there you go. This is the one time I was getting to that.
I'm checking, and I think you pretty much nailed that one perfectly.
Well, I was about to get to that. I was going to say I usually read them like that, but this time I knew that's what you meant because of the way it was typed. I knew. Because she's been telling me for months and months to come out. And like I said, I'm always like, you should just know that I'm good. So stupid. I am exhausting. I am a fucking panic. It's terrifying.
You should read this out loud because it's
Give it to me. I'll read it. Okay. All right. So this was the text I got. She said, are you coming to Dirty Birdie tomorrow, 7 p.m.? I said, I think so. All depends on money and driving stuff. I really want to, though. Fuck that. It's 90 minutes. Get to the show. Now, these are separate texts. I should tell you that. These are separate texts. I said, I think so. All depends on money and driving and stuff. I really want to, though. Here's her first text. Fuck that. It's 90 minutes. Here's her next text. Get to the show. Here's her next text. 5 exclamation points.
That's right.
Here's her next text. It starts at 7:30. And here's what I wrote. Okay, boss. I'll do my level best. And here's what she wrote. I'm not even kidding. 10 seconds later. No, period. Just do it.
That's right. There is no try. There is do and do not.
She is the Yoda of my career. So I was like, I said, all right. So I was going to do it, and then I didn't want to do it. And then I'm like, fuck it. I'm going. I mean, I wouldn't, because again, I'll take 2 hours off from getting Ching Lun to his dinner. So it's like, fine. So yeah, what's
Chinese, isn't he?
Huh?
Isn't Chin Lun Chinese?
He is. And the weird thing was, he had me drop him in Koreatown.
Racism of not understanding the different cultures is even worse than just...
No, I just think there was trouble brewing in Koreatown.
Oh, shit. They called in reinforcements?
Shit's about to hit the gong when Chin Lun comes to Koreatown.
Shit's about to hit the gong.
God, dude, I just want to do this. I just want to do casual racism forever. How great is it? That's the name of the show, Casual Racism Forever.
No, let's not do that.
Shit's about to hit the gong when Chin Lum comes to Koreatown. How is John Carpenter not writing that movie?
How is Tarantino not writing that?
Please, right?
Oh my god.
Dude. Fuck remaking Big Trouble in Little China. We got Small Trouble in Little Koreatown. Chin Lum just came to town. Shit hit the gong.
Just write this script. I'll get it to Tarantino. Write the script.
When Chin
Don't
Lum
rewrite
when
Oh my
Chin Lum
God.
Ubers to Koreatown, shit's gonna hit the gong. Well, luckily, last night there was no problem. Because I was not on duty. Chin Lum could not get to Koreatown. The gong remained shit-free. So I was instead pressed into duty by aggressive texts and told I need to go to the Dirty Birdie Story Hour. So I went. And look, and it was, I'll tell you what, you fucking owe me. You don't owe me, but I mean, still, the Bears were on last night, too. I could have fucking stayed home and watched football because Chicago Bears football's
you
on.
stayed home and done a million other things other than, I don't know, get booked at a venue.
Anyway, I actually, but you know what's funny is I was actually considering going to San Diego last night to go see the game.
Jesus Christ.
I'm serious. I have no money. Literally, I have nothing at all. If Graham Railwood wasn't in Japan, I would have been there. I would have totally gone. By the way, I Ubered Graham to Japan. Paid me in palm strikes. So I'm glad he didn't go to China. He wanted to go to China. I couldn't take him. I paid the toll at the Great Wall once. Uber did not refund it. I actually wrote an email to support at uber.com, and I'm like, dudes, they made me pay the toll at the Great Wall of China. They said, you're on your own, ding dong.
I'm gonna end everything with ding dong.
How great is it? I'm not even kidding. I want to. Like, I want to forever.
Ding dong.
Yeah, but even that's like casual. It doesn't have to be like happy, like ding dong. It would just be like, fuck, I don't want to go to lunch, ding dong. How great is that? Is it like just an exclamation, a fucking weird thing to say? All right, so I'm picking you up at 7, and then the movie's at 7:30. Did you want to eat beforehand, or do you want to eat after? Ding dong.
I want every text for you to end in ding dong. Damn it.
I can do that, ding dong.
Oh, you should be ready for Saturday Night Live. They need help. Ding dong.
You know, sadly, that would be like the highbrow humor on Saturday Night Live. Just some sketch where the guy kept saying ding
This is
dong.
gold.
Yeah.
This is gold.
Some guy who repairs your computer.
We're
Yeah.
opening the show with this.
Some rude IT guy who just says ding dong all the time. Write it up. That's like shit we would do at Load. Me and Pat Francis would come up with that. He would ride his fucking office chair through the hallway, just pushing it with his feet, and then we go ding dong. We go write it up. That's a sketch. So stupid. God, I loved that though. Oh, we had this stupid sketch. We're in a fucking office, and it all became because I kept doing this thing with my chair because I had wheels and my back was to the door. So whenever anybody would open the door, I would just kick back as hard as I could and roll all the way to the door and go hi, and like, you know, because I would roll right upon them instead of just going, come on in. So then we all started to do it, like Russ and Pat. I mean, whenever anybody would come and do, you know, because it was me and it was my office with Pat and Pete Moore and Danielle Koenig. That's who we all had as a writing staff. And then we would just did this weird like ballet where we would zoom around on the chairs. I would zoom over and talk, and then I would zoom over and talk to somebody else. I love an office chair with wheels, and I will roll everywhere.
You're never coming to my house.
Oh, I will be there, ding dong.
Oh, I am locking all the wheels and hiding them in the bedroom.
I cannot wait. I'll show up. I'll bite some stuff in the yard. I'll roll around your house, ding dong. So then we write a sketch where I have something to do, and I zoom over to the other guy's desk, and I ask him something. He's like, let me check. And I zoom back to my desk, and he zooms to the other desk, and he talks to that guy, and that guy's like, I don't know, did you talk to Mike? And he zooms over to me, and I zoom to him. We all zoom, and essentially, it's like almost from above, and we're like, zoom, zoom. We're just like in this weird, complex, like, ballet. And then the next shot is from out the door, and it's just Pat, and he zooms by on his chair, and he goes, get to work! Because the sketch is only like 15 seconds long, so it's just zoom, 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 and he spins his hand in there. Get to work. He zooms by the door. Oh, fucking gorgeous. Not funny now, ding dong.
I think it's hysterical.
It was funny, and if I could find those sketches, goddamn it, I literally have. Right now. I have right here. I have a disc. Fuck that I cannot open. I have no fucking technology that allow me to do it. But this disc right here is full of Load sketches. I can't open it up. I have no fucking clue what to do. Pat had a few, and he put them on YouTube. I think he put Butch Go Up. He put some, but I just can't get it open. It's this weird. It's got some weird file extension that you never see anymore. It's literally it's like loadsketch.dingdong.edu.
Dingdong.edu?
Yeah.
It's an odd one.
It's Ding Dong School. You don't remember that show when you were a kid? All right, so I shouldn't have said it. I wanted one person to write me and go, did you mean Ding Dong School? Yes, I did. Of course I did. If you think I did that by accident, you are incorrect. I do nothing by accident, Ding Dong. So what were we talking about?
You're at Dirty Birdie Story Hour last night. You showed up. I was so
I didn't
surprised
have to.
when you walked through the door.
I could have gone anywhere, man. I had all sorts of stuff. I could have watched football. I could have.
You've got nowhere to go.
Very solid point. I got nowhere else to go. I want to fly jets. Do you mayonnaise, Ding Dong? Way to go, Paula, Ding Dong.
Will you come perform at Dirty Birdie Story Hour and ding dong the whole story?
I might. I might. I want to remake old movies with that. That's why I just did the scene for you. Way to go, Paula, Ding Dong. I want to do just lines from.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy? He's hysterical. Ding dong.
You know how to whistle, don't you? You just put your lips together and blow, Ding Dong. They're animals anyway, so let them lose their souls, Ding Dong. Right. From now on, I want an equal amount of blueberries in every muffin. Do you know how long that's going to take, Ding Dong?
Christ.
How great is it? It improves every movie. Ding Dong improves everything. It just makes it better. Makes it fresher. Makes it fresher. Is there a sign in my yard that says dead nigger storage, Ding Dong? Is there a sign that says dead nigger storage in my yard, Ding Dong? No. And you know why? Because storing dead niggers is not my fucking job, Ding Dong. All right, so
We have to just dump
what if we did it like MST3K? You know, only you and I think this is funny, by the way. Nobody else. People listening right now have no concept of why this is funny. They think it sucks. It's just, they think we're high. Like, literally, this is the kind of shit, if you got high, you would think this is the funniest fucking thing in the world. It's so stupid, but it just makes me laugh to think of, like, old fucking movies. Oh, dude. All right. So, I want you to hold it between your knees, Ding Dong. Fuck. All right, so. Who the fuck are you? Oh, I'm the guy who does his job. You must be the other guy, Ding Dong. All right. I want it so bad. But if we made an MST3K and we just watched movies and we just, and like almost like Doug Loves Movies, but you watched the whole movie and just said ding dong at like inappropriate times, like whenever like a line came up, get the whole crowd like Rocky Horror. And people throw ding dongs at the screen. Oh my God.
God, you have a sponsor.
Dude, call
You have
hostess.
a sponsor.
Call hostess. Tell them to break a union and call me up. All right.
Yeah, no doubt.
Jesus Christ. They're going to sue me just for saying
Yay,
the name.
America.
Yeah, they're totally going to sue me for trademark infringement now.
Well, I never even thought of them. I thought of it as a doorbell, you know.
Oh, I went, no, because when I said they threw ding dongs at the screen, that was immediately where I
But
went.
I mean, it was, you know, not until later does that. So I, you know,
You were thinking of just the
the
song.
trademark case would not have made me immediately go, oh, I thought of ding dong.
Where you go, Joe? Ding dong. So I've made a foray out of my house last night, and I was leaving anyway to go an Uber. But I said I would go to the show first, and then I would Uber myself. I would Uber all over myself. So I went ahead and I show up at the 3 Clubs on Vine at Santa Monica, and I'm there to put in an appearance. And I will. I fought with every fiber of my being the fight or flight inside me, because all I want to do is go in, meet Susanna, shake her hand, and then leave. I mean, that's what but I know common courtesy extends that you must go see the show. This is why I went and saw the show last week. I should tell you what that was. It was a show called Prompter. And I was intimidated as fuck by the thought of it. There's a guy who's a friend of mine. His name's Troy Conrad. Very funny comedian and a producer extraordinaire. And he's come up with these brilliant concepts for shows, and I really like them. I think they're unique and interesting. So I've heard about them, and I've never gone because they scare me. And because I've always thought, well, I might like to do something like that, but I don't think I could. I don't think I could do it. And he has hitters, man. Fucking, Emo Phillips and Jackie Cation, and I mean, really names. Paul Provenza, fucking Robin Williams did set list. I mean, all, big names. He took it to Europe. He did it at the Irish Comedy Festival, I think that was called. What's that called? Is that the Blarney Festival or whatever the fuck? I think it's the Hirsch Festival, maybe.
I don't know. I'm usually at the Oompa Festival in Germany. At the same time, I don't understand why.
I actually went to the Oompa, could not get a hotel room. Wound up sharing it with a woman. And the funny thing is, it was supposed to be my room, but I get in there, she's already in there. I didn't know she was supposed to be in there. We hit it off, though. So, but then she was fascinated by my cell phone. She wanted to keep looking.
Oh my God.
We had a fun night. I think I'll be on her radar from this point on. So I did not want to go. So I went to set list. I went to prompter, I should say, and it had a double whammy because also Jimmy Pardo was on it. So I wanted to see Jimmy, and I haven't seen him in a while perform. Prompter is a show where people do fake TED Talks, if you know what a TED Talk is, and you go on stage, and you are not you. You're essentially you, but you're playing a character. So you're given a placard, like a lanyard, and you wear it, and they introduce you as this character, and you go out and you have to vamp. You just have to talk until your prompter comes on and tells you what your TED Talk topic is. And then you have to deliver a TED Talk based on whatever it is.
How long is it?
You can do, well, Jen Kirkman was the first comedian, and I wanted to see her because I haven't seen Jen in a while too. She did 11 minutes. Pardo did 22. Because they wouldn't let him leave because he was a fucking genius, as he is. And Jen killed too. That's one of the things I was really worried about was not being able to fill the format and fill the time. And again, as you know, I get in my own head. I'm like, well, I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could just make shit up like on stage. It's so weird. I know it's I can't explain to you what goes on inside my fucking skull. Ding dong.
Oh, I understand.
So, but I wanted to see it because I wanted to watch Jimmy, and I've heard good things, and I like Troy. Troy Conrad, by the way, I will tell you this. Again, he's a producer extraordinaire. He's got these shows. He does very well. Troy Conrad, I was the first person he ever met in Los Angeles. We were auditioning for some show. I honestly don't remember. I don't know if it was Last Comic Standing, or I think it was it was a comedy contest or something, and it was the semifinals, whatever the fuck. He'd have to tell you. But I met him at fucking BB King's in Universal Studios at noon. That's where the heats were. So I had been invited by a guy, and so I went and I killed. It's fucking noon in a barbecue joint. Who the fuck cares? There's literally only like 12 people there. But I destroyed, and Troy did very well. And then they invited us back that night. And my set, this was a full house, and I destroyed. I destroyed, and I did not win. I came in second to someone who then got on TV. It was one of those things. I didn't even remember what it was. Back in the days when they did that, when there was like stand up in weird places, and then all of a sudden this guy's on television. I was like NBC. It was like a weird, I can't even remember what the fuck it was for. I did so many of those when I got to town. But Troy was there. He had just moved to Los Angeles, and he was just there to do it. And so he and I hit it off very well. And I would see him periodically, but I haven't seen him in a while. But then at LA Podfest, I reconnected. I was walking through the hallway, and he saw me. And Troy is always really cool because, again, all of my bullshit in my head is that guy would never know me. That guy doesn't remember me. That guy doesn't know who I am. That guy doesn't think I'm funny. All that shit, all that fucking, you ever see those commercials where those monsters live in your shoe and they're totally giving you fungus? They live in my head. I got Lamisol dudes climbing all through my fucking cerebellum. So, so I always think that, Troy wouldn't know who I was or whatever. And dude, I walked into a room and Troy Conrad stood up and he goes, "Oh my God, Mike Schmidt." He walks over and he hugs me and he turns to the whole room of people and he goes, "This is the first guy I ever met in Los Angeles. You never forget that. First guy I ever met." And Troy's a big producer now. He does very well. And so I chatted him up about Setlist and Prompter, and he's like, "I'd love to have you come. You got to do those." And I'm like, "I got to come see him first." Because Dirty Birdie is me going up and telling a story. I know I can do that because I'm coming with my own material. Yeah. That's why I rebelled against kind of meeting Susanna. I didn't want to go and prove myself because fuck, I know I can do that.
You just have to make a network connection.
Yes, I know, but that's what you're saying now, ding dong. But I, however,
in your head,
tell myself, well, fuck, what if I meet her and she goes, nah, you're not doing it. You know what I mean? It's like, I just want to get up there and be funny and prove it. You know what I mean? I know it sounds ridiculous. Well, with prompter and set list, fuck, you don't have your own material. You are basically, the material is dictated to you.
Well, it's still your material because you.
I don't know that at the time. Lily, I don't know that at the time. I just know you go up and you talk, and I didn't know what the fuck it meant. So going to see it live made it that much better. It was like, it was Jen Kirkman, it was Jimmy, and Eliza Skinner. They were all fucking fantastic. But here was the thing that was most important to me. Like, I grip, and I worry that the audience is going to be against me. So I always wonder about, oh my God, are they going to fucking judge me? Are they not going to like me? What if I say one thing that's not funny? And I do that on this show. I think, what if I give one clunker, I just ruin the entire fucking show? I do. I work, I'll do an hour and 45 minutes and I'll go, fuck, I stumbled over that word. I should take it out, or I should go and retake it. Earlier today, like when I said werewolf, or I said fuck, because I'm talking at the speed of my head, so sometimes my mouth doesn't work to catch up to it. Although I'll tell you what, working at the speed of my head and to come up with that Sofia Vergara thing, come on. You can hear the wheels turning on the Aniston one, but the Vergara one I crushed out of the park, right? Because that was right fucking smooth. So, and then the Hitler Kirk thing. Let's wrap this show up. I can't talk anymore. Ding dong. So sure enough, I go to the gig, because I go watch Prompter, and Jen comes on and she's a doctor and she has to start talking about this, and again, you're just vamping. And so she's like, the thing is, my brother was taken by this. And so it's something that is near and dear to my heart. And I think that we should talk about it because I want to go ahead and you're just filling time until your prompter comes on. Then when it came on, it said, nuclear radiation should be spread throughout the population because genetic mutations make life more interesting. And she has to speak on that as if she's a learned expert and that she fully believes it. And in the middle of it, she'll go, okay, well, these are my talking points. And because there's a scroll, there's a prompter, and there's a screen behind her. So she gets a pointer and she goes, and this, and she has there's the 3 talking points. And she goes through and she reads all the talking points. And then she goes, and then she's a prisoner of the prompter. So then it rolls up and it says, and now I'd like to go ahead and read all that back to you backwards. And she turns around and she has to basically like all the talking points again. She has to say them because it'll say, here are my talking points. It'll roll up and there's just a 1, a 2, and a 3. You have to make up your talking points. You know what I mean? Like when Jimmy was doing it, he was talking and then it said, on the prompter it said, by the way, I happen to know that we have some Russian speakers here, so I'm going to do part of this part in Russian, and then he's to go forward and do it in Russian. You know what I mean? Whatever, make it up. And that's the thing. It's seat of your pants. And let me tell you something. Jen Kirkman was fantastic. Eliza Skinner did a fantastic job there. Eliza Skinner closed on a rap song that she freestyled. And again, that sounds terrible. Like when you hear about a comedian freestyle. Well, if you're like, oh my God, a comedian freestyled a rap song. Like if I saw it at a Chili's in the Midwest, I'd want to stab everybody within a fucking 2-mile radius. But when she knew hip hop and knew how to freestyle, and I was standing there, I'm just like, because it was so funny. Watching Pardo and watching Jen and Eliza, watching them be fantastic. In my head, I got the bug and I go, I want to do this. I want to do this right fucking now because I can do this. I can make shit up. You know what I mean? It's like because then at the end I'm talking to Troy and he goes, it's a show for bullshitters. I go, dude, I think I could probably do it. And the best part was Jimmy, when Jimmy had to leave, but he came up to me before he split. He goes, talk to Troy before you leave. I just talked to him. And because he didn't know, I don't know if he knew that I was there also to get booked or whatever. And when I went up to Troy, he was like, yeah, we got to get you on this. He goes, I think you'd be great at it. So Jimmy threw a word my way. It was nice. But it was so funny. I was all on board when I watched Jen, because this is another thing. Jen, a couple of times she just spoke dryly. Like she was trying to be funny, but then, you're connecting neurons and you're trying to get from one place to the other. So not everything you say is gut punch funny. Right. But the audience is incredibly forgiving. That was what worried me. Like if you had a dry spell for like 20 seconds, would everybody be like, oh God, whatever, boo. You know what I mean? Like, and I know they would never do that, but at the same time, you wonder if you're going to lose an audience. But if you're compelling and interesting and funny, they'll wait for your funny. They'll wait for it because they all know Jen Kirkman's funny. That's the thing, is they don't know that I'm funny. So I got to prove it right from the jump, and then hopefully they'll be on board with me. But then watching Eliza, I watch Pardo and I get inspired. I'm like, fuck, I can do this. I watch Jen, I can do this. I watched Eliza, I'm like, I can do this. Then she closed on that rap song and I go, I can't do that. Right, but there was the moment that made me go, fuck, maybe I shouldn't do this. Like all of a sudden I was thrown back into that world of maybe I couldn't pull that off, because it said, now let me do it all in song. And so she She was supposed to rap or whatever, and she just started to, and she made it up. It wasn't like on the prompter. She just rapped about everything she had just talked about and tied it up perfectly, like astonishingly, like she had rehearsed it. And I went, I can't fucking do that. I mean, that was just straight up Eliza Skinner badass. I mean, it was so good.
Yeah, but you're the 40-year-old boy, ding dong.
No one cares, ding dong. Regardless, so afterwards I talked to Troy, and he was great, and hopefully I'll be doing that show sometime because they're booked through December, and then they're changing venues because they've been at the UCB with a residency for the year. So he said early next year. He goes, I have the show set list, and I really want you to do that. He goes, we did it in different venues all over, so I'm going to go see that this Friday at the Improv, and it's the same type of idea except you're you. And there's you go up, and when you go up on stage, a prompter goes off and gives you your joke topic. So you have to do stand-up, real stand-up, but off of the material that, you have to make up jokes for that. And he told me, he goes, to this day, the greatest thing I've ever seen, because, Paul Provenza's done it, all these other monsters have done it. Well, Emo Phillips does it, and Emo is a genius. If you haven't seen him, see him. By E equals MO squared. I mean, just fucking, he's a joke writing genius. His performance, the chops, the timing, all of it. And one of the nicest men I've ever worked on the road with. So cool. So he was on stage he told me, he goes, Emo's on stage at Setlist. And he turns around and the topic comes up and it just says Tom Jonestown. And Emo turns around and he goes, have you ever wanted a fast way to get rid of your groupies, but you can't think of how to do it? And I'm paraphrasing, because let me tell you, whatever Emo said was 1,000 times more brilliant than that, more succinct, more clean. But it was essentially, the joke was, give Kool-Aid, you have so many groupies, get the Kool-Aid and kill them. And Troy Conrad said, he goes, they almost didn't laugh because they were just going, wow.
Yeah.
Because it was so brilliantly, so fast, so incredibly fast and brilliant. He said the place went fucking, they just sat there. Like kind of there was this beat and everybody absorbed it and then they went crazy, of course. But that's how Emo's mind works because it's brilliant and he's fast and he's a genius. He's the fucking man.
I met him and made a total ass of myself when I met him.
Really?
I think I've told you that story.
Tell me.
Oh, I was at the Magic Castle and he walks by and I go, do you know who that is? To Eddie. And he goes, I think so. And I go, that's Emo Phillips. And he goes, yeah, that's who he is. And he's like, yeah. And I go, his jokes are, I watched him growing up on TV going, I want to lick his brain. You know what I mean? I'm just like, how do people think that way?
Yeah.
And it helped me to formulate questioning life and connections and realities. And I said, and he goes, do you want to meet him? And I go, no, I don't want to meet him. It would be really embarrassing. I'm not going to walk over and go, hi, I've been a fan of yours since I was 12 years old and watching you on, blah, 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 blah.
Can I lick your brain, ding dong?
Yeah. And he goes, hold on, and walks away from me, walks over, starts talking to who Emo's with, and starts talking to him. And he comes back over and he goes, Emo wants to say hi. And I'm like, you're an asshole.
Of course.
So Emo walks over and he goes, I hear you're a fan. And I'm like, I am so embarrassed. Yes, I do. I think you're hysterical and brilliant and it's wonderful to meet you. And I'm really sorry that my friends dragged you over to me. And he goes, no, I wanted to meet you. They told me you're a fan. I'm just like, you are far too nice. Please go away.
Yeah.
I'm really embarrassed.
I've had this moment. This moment is over.
Yeah,
Please move along.
It's so awkward. And then, and then the rest of the night, it's like you walk by and it's like, hi again. Because you walk by each other. It's not a giant place.
Yeah.
And I just was like, I want to go home right now. I'm so embarrassed.
That's you in your own head, though. And
Well,
again,
no,
he's
I
a,
get it. He was the nicest person on earth, and he's like, I look forward to seeing you. And I'm like, one of these times I'm going to make it to the Tomorrow Show when you're there. It's just hard for me sometimes because I have classes early Sunday. You don't care. You
right,
know?
exactly. That thing where you catch yourself telling them about your life, and
All
you're
of
like,
a
yeah,
sudden
I'm
you're
going
like
to.
carrying on a conversation like, hey, we're friends now because
Yeah.
we met you.
I didn't even want to meet you, and now, guess what? Here's what I had for lunch 4 days ago.
But it is one. Very rarely do I get starstruck, but he was one of those where I was like, his brain is so complicated. I don't want to be in the same room with him because it makes me feel so minuscule in what I do.
Well, and
Yeah.
when he told me I was funny all week, when after working with him, I mean, you just floated the fuck out.
Yeah.
Before I was doing stand-up, like I said, let's put it this way, I worked in a record store. Okay, when I talked about it by year one,
Yeah.
and we used to play his album in the record store.
Yeah.
Fuck music.
Yeah.
I just wanted to hear emo, and we played it. And dude, don't go near the cellar door. I mean, astonishingly brilliant and funny. And then I wind up working with him in Kentucky for a week. Kentucky, of all places. Had a fantastic week at the club. I crushed it. And then, of course, he's not worried, and he goes up and just raises the fucking complete level of the room. And bachelorette parties or everybody, they got it. Everybody got it because he's him and he's funny and he's just, I don't think he swore the entire time. He might have swore it once just because it was a joke about swearing.
Yeah. I mean, he's not really blue. He's not really, it's the same thing that what's his face does.
Brian Regan
and Stephen Wright both.
Yeah.
That whole observational humor about life
but with absurdity, like so much absurdity.
It's like it's their whole world. They live inside some fucking Seuss reality that the rest of us are not in.
He's brilliant. So go see Emo. Follow him on Twitter because he's funny. No, why are you sorry? It's a good story.
Because it was like yeah.
Well, because you're inspired to talk about those moments. I mean, I am. So Emo is just a genius. So he told me, he's like, Emo, when he does set list, I think he's actually there I think Russell Peters is doing it this Friday. So I'm going to go check it out. You're not? You're out?
I can't go. I would love to.
I think it's the Late Show.
I can't go.
You working?
Eddie's down at the Morongo Casino performing.
Oh, okay.
So.
Oh, good. Okay. So yeah, I'll go alone. Like I went to Prompter and I went with you last night. I was alone because that's what I do, folks. I don't have any friends.
You're never alone. You're just in a room of friends you haven't met yet.
Ding. Dong.
I'm getting you a shirt that says ding.
Doesn't it seem like something Lenny Schultz would do?
Is that what it is?
It seems like something Lenny Schultz would do. Like, just like with his, do that fucking like Chicken Man or whatever the fuck he did. What was the thing he did, Lenny Schultz? Go crazy, Lenny! Oh, it's awful. So I go to, so I talked to Troy and hopefully I'll be doing, that's okay. Hopefully I'll be doing Prompter and Set List eventually. Cause he goes, you can do Set List in December. I go, I need to come and see Set List before I do it because I am so fucking intimidated. He goes, dude, just go be funny. He goes, what do you care? Well, I care because I want to be fucking funny.
But you will be.
Nah, whatever. Who cares? You get in your own head. So he told me, he's like, check it out. So I went to that show as well. So, and with purpose because I wanted to go and see about getting my name out there and possibly booking it. So that's why I was there. That's why I went to that show.
But why don't you just book it without you know what the other show is you like. You know that this is...
Well, Prompter's different. You're a character and you just make up a bunch of bullshit about whatever the fuck comes on the prompter.
So what is Set List?
I'll have to make up jokes about whatever topic comes up.
Oh, that seems like it would be far too complicated for you to show up and just do.
Listen, if I fail at Prompter, I just got to point at the name on the lanyard and go, it wasn't me that wasn't funny. It was Dr. Wilson Shriek that was unfunny. But at Set List...
Dr. Wilson Shriek?
Dr. Wilson Shriek. That's
okay.
That's what I came up with just now in the moment. I apologize. But
you're right. You shouldn't do the other.
See, I'm out. That's the power. That's all I had.
Every day you sit down and we talk for 2 seconds and then a topic comes up and you go. This is what you do.
Yes, but you think I'm funny. If there's 80 you in the audience, then that's fine.
When is the Set List?
Well, I'm going to watch it Friday. You just said you can't go. Which is fine, but I'm going to go and check it out. And I'm going to watch, brilliant comedians. Because again, I like what I said, when I watched Prompter, part of the intimidation factor faded because I saw my friend Jimmy, I saw the very funny Eliza and the very funny Jen crush it. And I also saw an audience that was kind of forgiving and let them do whatever they wanted. And it was fun.
This audience Friday is not going to be like that at all.
No.
The show's not going to be, and you're not going to be funny. So you're right. You probably shouldn't do it.
Listen, I have to go see it.
Do I have to text you and go, just get there?
Oh my God, no, please don't. Ding dong.
5 exclamation points, ding dong.
So I have to go. It doesn't matter. I still want to see it, and that's just common courtesy. You go to a show, you watch it, and so then you get booked on it. Now we go to the Dirty Birdie Story Hour. I don't want to fucking go and watch that because again, like I said, dude, I can tell fucking stories. That's just me bringing my material and I know what I can do. And again, it's a double standard, if not a triple standard, but that's how I handle things. So I went last night. I showed up and show was at 7:30. 5 exclamation points. I walked in the door. Bears were playing. Bears were at. I left my house at halftime and made it in time for the show. Walked in, decent little crowd. I was worried. I wasn't sure what I'd be walking into, but it seems like it's getting quite a following. Yeah. The Dirty Birdie Story Hour. And I didn't know who was on the dais. I didn't know who was on the bill, but I walked in. There was a Lily Von Stupp in business Lily attire. And well, I should say first I pulled up. The show was supposed to start at 7:30, but we actually had to go a little late because I pulled up outside the 3 Clubs and my car accidentally became enmeshed in Lily's eyelashes. So that turned into be a thing, and I had to try to back out and unravel myself.
Hate you.
So then I walked in and I saw Lily. And we hugged, and everything was all pleasurable and nice and fun. Everybody was happy. And then I went over and I met our friend. Now, do I use her? What names am I using? What does she go by on the stage? Is it? Can I say her real name? I think I said it already. Hello.
Susanna's?
Okay, I can say her real name. Okay.
Yeah.
So Susanna is the host of this show, and I go up to meet her and shake her hand and get a firm handshake. I said, "Yo, what's up, Ice Cube?" And then break. And she was like, would you like to come and do the show in December or January? And I, of course, did not want to commit to December. I wanted to watch the show first and see if it was something that I thought I could do before I committed to a December date, because why the fuck would I ever commit to a December date right away? That would just be having faith or confidence in my own abilities. Instead, I'm like, well, let me watch. I might come here for January. She's like, all right, well, either way, email me. Let me know which one. And she was, again, very friendly and pleasant and nice. And then I go over to Lily, and Lily looks at me and she goes, write a sex act on this index card. I said, pardon me? She goes, there's a game they're playing, so we need a pop culture reference and a sex act. So I went, public hand job. She goes, write it down. So I did, wrote down public hand job. And she goes, what should I write? I go, ass eating. So she writes ass eating on an index card. And then I wrote the name Seth Rogen.
And I went, those two things absolutely belong together.
Well, that was the pop culture reference. It could have been a sex act. Somewhere out there may be somebody doing a Seth Rogen.
Now, these are two different index cards, though.
Yeah, and you have to put them on in, because then you pull one from one and you pull one from the other, and then wackiness ensues. And then I wrote LeBron James, and I wrote splashing. And then who else? I forget who else we wrote. We wrote pegging. I don't know. She and I.
Docking.
Yeah, docking was written as well, and we're just putting things down and writing. And we're having fun at the bar is what we're doing. Just a couple of people. Yeah, basically we just poured the internet into a bag.
Pretty much.
And we're just writing a bunch of shit down. So then the show starts, and Susanna goes up and tells a story, and hosts the show admirably. And tells a funny story about being on the road in La Crosse, Wisconsin, and then she brings up the first comedian. And I'm not going to say any names of people here. Everybody was very pleasant and nice.
Well, you can look it up and find it out because they're all on the internet.
Well, I'm not going to be. Here's the only thing. Like, as I watched these people tell their stories, because of who I am and the person I am and what I do, I'm picking up punchlines, and I'm saying this should go here and this should go there, and you could structure this so much better. And granted, this is how they handle their things. They talk at the speed of their head, and this is the way it comes out, because I don't always structure things perfectly. Certainly, I have a preternatural ability to make things come out perfectly a lot of the time. However,
you can structure
on the fly.
You can structure points on the fly really well.
Yes.
You can see an outline and details at the same time. A lot of times people have to see the outline and then fill in the details.
Well, I knew last night when every storyteller had their index notes. They all had notes in their cards to go up. Live in your story. If you've got a story and you lived it.
A lot of times it's telling the story the first time.
Which I've had a problem with. I know. But when I bring my fucking notebook on stage.
You barely open it.
I don't ever look at it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It'll be next to me, and I'm just like, fuck. You know what I mean? And then at the end of the show, they'll all hit my beats because I've spent a day, marinating in the fucking story or trying to figure out what I was going to talk. I mean, when I did this stuff on the road, when I did the Success Is Not an Option tour, the first hour of the show was all about that week.
Yeah.
And so I lived it. And so I sat that day and I wrote beats and jokes and tried to be funny about that week. So then I do basically an hour of stand-up before a 2-hour show because I'm smart. People just, everybody's got scoliosis from sitting in fucking bad theater chairs listening to me yammer.
That's the name of the next tour.
What?
Scoliosis chairs listening to me yammer. It's going to be a big CD.
Ding dong. So the first guy goes up and he tells a story, and there's natural endings and there's natural beats. And so I keep looking at Lily and I go, all right, you should have said this. And she just goes, shh. Because, there are people in the room listening to the story. But you can guess the end, like as he's going on. And it just, his story
is 50 years old having told stories for 20 years.
I guess his story was
20-something-year-old comics.
Yeah, I guess so, man. It just his story had all the equivalent of the smoke bomb the Joker puts in the guy's mouth at the fucking bank, and just when the boss pulls away and it just goes, and there's just smoke. Nobody's head got blown off. I wanted that guy to blow some heads off with that story because. But I will tell you this, and again, this is just like an example. It's like if I went on stage and I said, "All right, here's the story about the time I argued with a guy through a glory hole and had a big fight."
Oh yeah, you hated the fact that they would go, "Here's what I'm going to tell you about."
It was
hated that they
unfold it. You've got to. You don't unwrap a present and go, "Hey, here's an alarm clock." You just fucking let it tick, and when it goes off, you open the box, and guess what? That's the weirdest analogy of all time. What the fuck? I was going for the Hitchcock bomb under the table thing. Like again, and Hitchcock says if you show people. If you just have a restaurant and a bomb goes off, people are shocked. But if you show them the bomb and then you show these guys having a conversation for 5 minutes, everybody's like, get the fuck out of there, there's a bomb. But it doesn't work that way in storytelling on stage. You can't go on stage and go, hey man, here's the time I got gonorrhea from a Taiwanese hooker. So I was in Taiwan in 1986. Well, we know the end. We know the fucking beat. We know the punchline. And I understand half the journey is getting there, but what the fuck, man? You got to structure it where the end is the end, not the beginning. I'm dumb. I sit in my house.
Good, and I'm with you on that, and
whatever. So, and they were all pleasant and everybody's very nice, and told their stories. So, but I kept looking at Lily and doing punchlines and saying jokes and saying this should come here and you should say this and this would be funny or wouldn't this be? And she's just like, shh, yes, shh, yes. And eventually she just texted, shh, yes, exclamation points.
Ding dong.
So, because I didn't, it's just inherent inside me. And I shouldn't be that way. I should just passively watch a show like anybody else. But I find myself doing it at movies or anything where I'm like, this should be this way. This should be this way. You shouldn't, never the twain should meet there. And if you, again, those people, because also here's another thing, and I'm a child. All right. I recognize this. I had to come there and meet her to get booked. Fine, but I got to watch these people tell stories poorly, and not poorly, but just in a different way than I would. All right, I'm trying to be as charitable as I possibly fucking can because they were funny and the crowd loved it. The crowd was a supportive crowd, and they laughed and they liked it. And I should not be that guy who sits in. I'm not a fucking tennis judge. I don't get to sit in my fucking tall ass chair and go out. Fuck, if people like that story, who the fuck am I to say that they should or they shouldn't do it a certain way? But at the same time, when I'm watching it, I'm just like, it would be so much better if you did this and you did this and you did this.
Story structure. And
yes.
that's important, but that also comes with practice of being on stage.
Right.
They don't have 8 years of a show every week telling stories.
Right. But I do. But I have to come in and say, hey, can I, and shake a hand. And there's
not related. You still have to audition for every job.
I know. You're right. I hate it. That's the thing I hate.
What's Face makes, what's her face, audition for every movie.
Uma. No?
Uma.
Who are you talking about?
Tim Burton.
Helen Bonham Carter?
Yeah,
Helena Bonham Carter?
She auditions for every film because he's like, I think you can do it, but let's put you with the other actors and see how it works.
Yeah.
Yes, it works. There's still an audition process. There always will be.
You know who didn't have to audition? Hedy Lamarr. She just showed up and said, I'd like this role. And they said, I'm sorry, we don't think you're right for it. And then she invented a camera that made everybody else look bad.
Ding dong. Stole your ding dong.
Damn it. So I'm watching people do their thing, and that's fine. And then they play the game, and the game was what they would do is they would pull out a sex act from one bag and a pop culture reference from the other, and then they would say, and you had to come up with a movie title, the porno movie title that would be involved with them. And it just so happened that she pulled out the card Public Handjob, and she pulled out the card Gunnar Hansen, and she said, oh, Gunnar Hansen was he was in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and she said we would need a name for that porno, and I said Leather Palm.
And the crowd went wild.
Well, I did get a pretty good laugh. Yeah. I won't lie, from the bowels of the, and I was there to do a show. I didn't want to do it, but I was so champing at the bit to be funny and prove that I was a comedian. You know what I mean? It's like when you're in a room, it's like when I said I used to go to open mics and you'd sit there 18 dudes going, and staring at their shoes. You're like, get me up there so I can actually do something for the people that are here. Like, so they know that there's comedy in the room somewhere. I'm in the back. I'm the bomb under the table that Hitchcock showed you. Let me go up and fucking explode, goddammit. Because right now we're just having a dinner conversation that's going fucking nowhere with 12 fucking performers. God damn it, step aside and let this bomb go off. It's terrible. It shouldn't be that way. But inside me, that's how I fucking feel. Because I'm just, I'm ready to shoot Jack. It's my big dick. I got this story. I'm ready to fucking shoot Jack. So, I watch everybody do their thing, and then just that thing where there's like, yeah, and they're circuitously and they're repeating themselves. They're saying like a bunch of times, and I do that. I say literally. I know I have fucking crutches, but dude. So
I have crutches, dude. I have crutches.
yeah, that was the point.
Dude.
Yeah, that was the point. Yes. Okay. So I watch the story. So I say leather palm, and yay! People are like, yay! There's funny in the back of the room. That would be fun if it was in the front of the room. Nope. Had to come and shake a hand instead.
Wrong.
No, everybody loved the show. So then this dude goes up, and I don't want to step on his story, but I have to say part of it. He goes up and he is telling a story about something that happened to him, and he winds up, he mentions that he's from the East Coast. And he says he went to an Ivy League school, and then he tells this story about coming to California, and he's partying with these people, and he winds up somewhere, and then he tells the story about how he had to be told that he had HIV, and he did it there was kind of a gasp, but also he tried to tell it in a funny way, and he pulled it off.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
But here's my favorite part: he's on stage, I'm in the back of the room, Lily's in the front of the room by the door where she's going to take tickets. And he says, he tells that he's got HIV and all this, and then he says, he goes, and it's not supposed to happen to me. He goes, I'm from the East Coast. I went to an Ivy League school. I practically sprinted
Yes, I know.
across the room because I'm in the back. I wanted to yell it. I really just wanted to yell it.
But you can't.
You can't. You got to respect the performer's space and let him do his thing. And for all I knew, maybe he's going to say it. But it's the thing where when you're watching it, it's like when I go to Never Not Funny and I'm sitting there for 20 minutes as they're being funny, you just want to jump in with fucking funny. You just want to lob funny into the room. It's like when I did the Sklar Brothers show. They're ping-ponging, they're doing that thing where they do 20 minutes up top and they talk about their thing. And I'm just sitting there with a microphone in front of me and going, don't be funny. Don't be funny. Why is there a microphone in front of me? I could jump in and just fucking, I want to play. Let me in the sandbox. I want to play. And so when you have to sit and watch funny being created in front of you, and I want to participate because it's what I fucking do. It's what I do better than anything. So he says, this isn't supposed to happen to me, man. He goes, I got HIV, and it's I'm from the East Coast. I'm from a good family. I went to an Ivy League school, and I'm in the back of the room, and I wanted to yell it. But instead, I practically ran. I sprinted. It must have looked weird because, again, there's only like 35, 40 people in the room. Yeah. So it's a small room, the 3 clubs. I walk with purpose. Like, I look like I'm going to go punch Lily in the face. That's the kind of clip I went at. I just started walking as fast as I could toward Lily because I had to tell somebody. I had to say something. So I walk up to Lily, and she just looks at me, and she goes, shh, yes. And I just look at her, and I go, he went to an HIV League school. And she spit laughed.
Punched you.
She goes, and then she punches me in the chest, and she goes, shh, yes. And I go, how does he not say it? She goes, shut up. I go, how does he not say it? She goes, shut up. And we're in the front of the room having this conversation, not in the back. Like, it looks like all of a sudden I was like, hey, I fucking hate that chick. And I went up to have a thing, because then she punches me in the chest, and I'm just like, what the, and she's, but I had to, how did he not say it? I couldn't understand why you can't leave funny on the table. You can't. And so I had to get it out of me, just because it would have been a cancer inside of me. It would have just eaten me alive from the inside. I myself may have gotten HIV just from not saying that out loud. I had to say it out loud just so fucking cancer would walk out of my ear with a briefcase and disappear into the fucking night. I had to, because it was just inside me like a tumor. It was welling up. I needed joke chemo to get it out of me. That's what I needed to do, goddammit. I needed to binge it and purge it. I needed to shove my fingers down my throat and vomit up that line, because it was there and it had to be said. It had to be said. It was a goddamn Led Zeppelin in that fucking room, and I was dazed and confused that he didn't fucking say it on stage. So I turn around, and I go over, and I go back to my little hole in the back, and I stop, and I look at Susanna, and she's sitting on the chair, or on the stairs, and she's going through, because she's about to go up and bring up another act. And I look at her, and she looks at me, and I just go, he went to an HIV League school. And she goes, oh man, that's funny. I go, mm-hmm. And I turn around, and I go in the back of the room, and I'm just against the wall, like, fuck. And Susanna, when he finishes his story, she goes on stage, and she says, big hand for him, and everybody claps, and they love his story, and he's the best. And she goes, I heard his story, and I think he went to an HIV League school. Are we fair in saying biggest laugh of the night?
Yeah, I think maybe.
It was a pretty
Yeah.
goddamn good laugh.
Yes, it was.
That's all. I'll take that. And shockingly, then Susanna went, that was from Mike Schmidt, who's in the back of the room.
And he'll be with us next month.
She said he'll be with us in December or January, because at that time we have not decided when I'm going to be in the room. But she said that's from Mike from the 40-Year-Old Boy podcast. Very nice of her to remember me and my name and to give me credit, which she didn't need to. I gave her the line so she would have the line, because it had to be said. The line had to be said. I don't give a fuck who said it out loud. It had to be said into amplification so it could be heard by the masses or the 40 people or at least the fucking guy. I want him to fucking hear that joke. And so she said that and she gave me credit. And there was a big laugh and she pointed and everybody looked at me and I just looked at the crowd and I gave them the finger guns and I went ding dong. You guys can get me at Mike at MikeSchmidtComedy.com. You can be my friend at Facebook.com/the40-year-old-boy. You can follow me on Twitter at Twitter.com/the40-year-old-boy. Our friend David Hernandez does all of the music and art for this show. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. That's the Joker from Dark Knight. But Dave Hernandez is not the Joker from Dark Knight. He is the artist from this show. You can find him at artbydmh.com. That's A-R-T by DMH.com. And you can commission him to do all sorts of cool stuff for you. Whether your brain can think it up, or you ask him to have his brain think it up, or you want to purchase some of his already painted parts. That seems weird. On some of his paintings, his creations, his Gycons, his Valscapes, all available for you. Go to artbydmh.com, artbydmh.com. Commission our friend David to do that for you, and he will do that. If you've got the green, he's got the mean. I was gonna say brushes, but that doesn't rhyme. Fuck. If you've got the green, he's got the sheen on the canvas. No?
I would just say if you've got the green, he's got the talent to fucking draw really cool shit. Ding dong. Doesn't have to rhyme.
HIV League School. Our friend Ryan Dirks does all the web stuff for this show. Find him, man. Facebook.com/Ryan Dirks. And the producer of this show, my good friend, great friend, if you would say so. She's right here across from me. She is Lily Von Stupp. She is the producer extraordinary and my good friend and the keeper of the eyelashes.
You really like my long eyelashes, don't you?
They needed to be wrangled, certainly. I was waiting for Mata Hari to come out and do a fan dance on your face. She's a spy, not a burlesque dancer, right?
Mata Hari both.
Oh, okay, good. Then I was right.
A lot of women were used during the wars.
Sally, but it's Sally Rand who would come out and do the.
Sally ran in her bubble dance with her weather balloons.
That's what it was.
Military confiscated her balloon mold.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, Sally Rand made a balloon mold to make giant balloons to dance with, and the military ended up confiscating it and using it to make weather balloons. And then there's a story about how when she was in Chicago, all of her balloons had popped, and she contacted the military, and they sent her more weather balloons so that she could actually do it because they were based off of her mold.
What is with the military fucking screwing over ingenues?
I don't think either of them were ingenues, but...
I don't care for this, quite frankly. Are you telling me our military did something disingenuous? That makes no sense at all.
Yeah, to women, too. What a surprise. Can't imagine. Want to talk about a rape culture? Oh, let's talk about that.
That's a good idea. Let's get that conversation started right now.
Let's talk about women in the military and how they're abused.
Oh, let's do that in the plugs. Why not? That's a good plan. Why not? Short shrift, 3 hours into the fucking show. Hey, let's talk about suffragette. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Right?
Ding dong. I am keeping ding dong. You fucked me over in the head so badly.
You have
Ding
to do
dong
it.
is what
Everybody
we
should
had
do it.
for
You
a long
have to do
time.
it. Because remember we used to have ding. Remember we had that for a long time? We had that. Ding. Now we got ding dong.
Ding dong.
Look, everything's better if you had a dong.
Especially a woman. You'll get another 27 cents an hour.
Now we're talking about suffragette again. So that's my friend Lily Von Stupp. She's the producer of this show. You can find her all over the place. You can find her at twitter.com/ Oh, first of all, go to facebook.com/Lily Von Stupp and be her friend. Or ask to be her friend.
Just follow me.
All right. Follow her. Like Abe from Oddworld.
Yeah, just follow me if you
Follow
want
me.
some information.
Okay. So do that at facebook.com/Lily Von Stupp. And there's all these Twitter accounts. Like I said, twitter.com/Lily Von Stupp, twitter.com/HollywoodBQFest, and twitter.com/NLVST. MNTs.
There's 6 more if you want them.
Go ahead, spill them if you want to put them out there.
BQ Classes is a good one.
Twitter.com/BQ classes. So if anybody wants to learn how to have the military steal your ideas, go ahead and take a class from Lily. And we'll gradually phase in the other 5 throughout the weeks. People need another half dozen ways for you to ignore them.
And I will.
Yes, you will, of course. So she's in all of those places and more. But if you'd like to write her a personal note.
Oh, please do.
And find out what it was in the beginning of the show she didn't want me to talk about, but I'm sure she'll tell you in a private email.
No, I will not.
You can write her at Lily@burlesque411.com. That's Lily, Lili, at burlesque411.com.
Let me tell you how it will be. There's one for you, 19 for me. 'Cause I'm the tax man. Yeah, I'm the tax man. Should 5% appear too small? Be thankful I don't take it all. 'Cause I'm a tax man. Yeah, I'm a tax man. If you drive a car, I'll tax the street. If you try to sit, I'll tax your seat. If you get too cold, I'll tax the heat. If you take a walk, I'll tax your feet. Tax man. Cause I'm the tax man. Yeah, I'm the tax man. Don't ask me what I want it for. Ha ha, Mr. Wilson. If you don't wanna pay some more. Ha ha, Mr. Heath. 'Cause I'm the tax man. Yeah, I'm the tax man. Now my advice for those who die. Tax man, declare the pennies on your eyes. Tax man, 'cause I'm the tax man. Yeah, I'm the tax man. And you're working for no one but me. Tax man.
Want to remind you folks about the Monday Night Teas every Monday night at the 3 Clubs on Vine at Santa Monica, right by a taco truck and a mobile station directly across the street from a place you can buy boots and guns.
Wow, you make it sound so glamorous.
Well, let me tell you, you add a special amount of glamour to that corner. I mean, you know, you can go across the street and you can orange and white your Yoshinoya all day. You can go to the mobile. You can go over there to the taco truck. You can go across the street and buy dog tags. Or you can go to your place.
It's a surplus store, in case people want to know. It's an Army military
Yeah.
surplus store. It's not just
Right.
a place you can buy guns and tags.
Dogs and boots. Dogs and boots.
Dog tags and boots.
Actually, that's in the other corner. That's a root beer joint. It's like dog and suds. They have dog and boots. But you know, all that other stuff is there, but it doesn't matter because what you're there for is the glamour, the glitz, the shimmer, and the shine.
How do you leave out the Goodwill and the Pizza Hut Taco Bell?
You gotta like the hybrid.
I know. A Pizza Hut Taco Bell. You can have a PH4 meal or you can have a number 4 meal. Do you want the Pizza Hut meal or do you want the Taco Bell? And it's not a TB4. It's a PH4 or a 4.
Because they realized that telling people to use the shorthand for tuberculosis was probably a bad idea at their Mexican restaurant.
Even the T1232 is probably not a good idea. You're right.
Here's what I like to do. I like to go to Goodwill, and I like to buy a shirt. And I like to go to Pizza Hut and I eat without napkins and I just wipe my hands all over the shirt. And then I go back to Goodwill, donate the shirt, put on my good one and go home.
Yeah, so every Monday night, ding dong. I'm totally gonna ding dong.
It's
every
yours.
Monday
Do it. I'm sure you are. So every Monday night at the 3 clubs on Santa Monica, on Vine at Santa Monica, it's an amazing show, an unbelievable show, the greatest burlesque show in the history of Los Angeles, as we've talked
I
about.
agree.
And it's been going a long time, folks.
It is.
Russell Crowe once showed up there and he arrested 4 black guys for stealing for the murder at a diner, and it turned out that he made one of them piss themselves. That's that kind of room, folks. And then Guy Pearce came and he said, "Hey, a hooker cut to look like Veronica Lake is still a hooker." And then Johnny Stompanato punched him in the face.
I was just watching How to Get Away with Murder,
Okay.
and they're sitting in a bar, and she's like, we really shouldn't be meeting each other out in public. And she's like, do you think there are any other lawyers in this place? Look at it. And I was just like, that's my bar.
Look, there's your selling point. It's a lawyerless bar.
It's a lawyerless bar, literally. I just went, they are filming in the 3 clubs. That was the week they were closed on the Thursday.
Yeah.
That's what they were filming there.
It is lawyerless and lawless. It's
I was
like
laughing. It's like, if you want to have a lesbian affair somewhere, go there. Nobody's going to find you.
it's like international waters,
It is.
but
It
with
is.
booze.
And booze.
It's and a taco truck. So go to the 3 clubs on Vine at Santa Monica every Monday night for amazing shows. I was there last night, not for the burlesque show. I had to leave just after the Dirty Birdie story hour so I could go out and pick
You
up,
missed it all.
just so I could drive Asians around town.
Ding dong.
So I went and took them. Oh, hey, Joe, where you go? Oh, no, it's where you go, Joe. Lose the hay.
Where you go, Joe? Ding dong.
.com. So, but how was the show last night? It was the Wheel of Burlesque, and I'm sad I missed it because I got to look at the songs. Here's the concept. Here's the conceit of the Wheel of Burlesque. There's a wheel, and you spin it, and whatever song comes up, you got to dance to and take your clothes off. Is that correct? Well, on the list last night, there were some songs that would be appropriate for dancing and stuff, but there was also "Parents Just Don't Understand" on the list. There was Olivia Newton-John and Xanadu. That was there.
Picked.
Did it get picked?
Yes.
No. Awesome.
I spent youth dance to it, and she was delightful.
And damn, I feel like a woman.
Which was picked.
Was it really?
Yes, Tito Benito closed the show.
Oh, dude. Oh, see, that's even better.
Yeah.
Because that song is tailor made for nonsense, and if anybody's got nonsense,
Tito Benito brings the nonsense.
he's got
That's
so
his
much
new
nonsense.
nickname.
He's a hurricane of nonsense. Well, good. So it was a good show. Everything turned out
Yeah,
great.
it was fantastic.
I wish I could have stayed.
I
But
saw the Lumberjack song was on there as well.
I
right?
did see
Monty
that.
Python?
Yes, I did. I like to press wildflowers. So I had to book, unfortunately, but then, it's there every Monday. That's why it's one of the reasons why I felt comfortable leaving. I didn't want to, but I know it's an institution and I know it's always going to be there. So I can always come on a Monday
That's
and
the
check it
reason
out.
Some people don't buy tickets.
Those people
because
are
It's always going to be there.
Dumb. Those people are dumb.
It may not always be there. You should buy tickets. It may not always be there.
You hear that, folks? It's going away, possibly. But you know how it doesn't go away? Buy tickets and it'll stay.
I'm going to start doing PSAs like the PBS does.
You should do some TCPs.
Our boobs are brought to you through the wonderful consideration and sponsorship of
Shell Oil.
JP Morgan. Shell Oil.
Get the TCP on board.
Oh.
They'll get the cookie stuff out for you. This is Tom Cruise Posse. Remember from earlier in the show?
remember.
Hours and hours ago. Before we
I
invented
remember.
the modern day rickshaw. So, folks, that show's amazing. You should go check it out. Tickets are available always at brownpapertickets.com. Go ahead and put in the name Lily Von Stupp or put in Monday Night Teas, and it'll come up, and you'll buy tickets for upcoming events. Who's there next week?
It is Tito Benito's birthday next week.
This
It
dude is
13.
monopolizing the joint.
Yeah, Lex LaCroix, Diamondback Annie. It's going to be a great show. Venus DeMille's performing. It's going to be awesome.
Sounds good. So that's next week. Tickets available at brownpapertickets.com. It's the third tease at 3s. It's the third Monday of every month, I think, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. Who knows? But it's there, and you should check it out and buy some tickets. Go see Tito Benito and his birthday party and watch him blow out a candle. Hello.
It will not actually be a candle.
Hello. It's okay. He won't be blowing it out. It's not actually blowing. So go check that out. It should be fun and exciting. Go to facebook.com/Monday Night Teas and become a friend of that page or a member, and you can see all the people that are coming in the future, see the photos of the past. It's like a time machine of boobs. So go ahead and sign up there over the facebook.com/Monday Night Teas page and see the past and present of areolas. Fantastic. Ding dong. And I'll just say this. So I went to Dirty Birdie Story Hour last night, and then at the end of it, I decided, hey, I want to do December. So I went to Susanna, and she was kind enough to say, okay, we have a spot for you. So December 14th, I don't know if tickets are on sale now or when they will be, or I'll tell you. But I'll be at the 3 Clubs on Vine at Santa Monica. That's a Monday night, December 14th, and I'll be telling a story. Because I also said to Lily last night in the middle of the other act, I said, what story do I tell when I'm here? And she's like, I don't know. What do you think? And I had 2 quick suggestions. She goes, I like them both, but you only got 8 minutes. And I said, 8 minutes? I can't get a hello out in 8 minutes. Ding dong. But I'll try to do it. I'll soldier through. And if you got to vote on a story you want me to tell at the Dirty Birdie Story Hour,
8 minutes.
let me know, huh?
In 8 minutes.
Got to be an 8-minute story. I have an idea of the one I want to tell. There were 2 ideas I had.
Good.
I liked them, but we'll see. So, but I'd like you to come out and check it out, and then we'll go to the taco truck next door and have tacos and fun.
And you can stay for the burlesque show afterwards.
Well,
for
that's-
a cheap price too.
That's definite. If you buy,
You
you combine them.
the combined ticket.
Yeah, so check that out. And then I'll hang out. Let's call it that. December 14th. If you guys come to the show, then we'll hang out and we'll watch burlesque, and then we'll have double tacos, man. Well, it'll be double taco time.
You won't go to House of Pies with us?
Of course I will, but I'll bring tacos. I'll bring a sack of tacos and just open them up.
No, you do the Dirty Birdie Story Hour.
Yes.
Then you have taco time.
Right.
Then you come back for Monday Night Teas. Then we all go to House of Pies. It is a night of fantastic wonderfulness. And if you need a ride, Mike's there to Uber.
I'm there to take you wherever you'd like to go, Joe.
Oh, only if you are non-white.
Ding dong. But no, you misunderstood. I meant showing up, having tacos, going to the Dirty Birdie Story Hour, having tacos after, and then going to the teas, and then perhaps House of Pies. But you're right. I don't like to eat before a show.
Taco.
Yeah. Oh, how you doing?
Yeah,
I don't.
That's why I figured you'd have the tacos afterwards because you got like an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah. That's a good idea because I don't like eating before a show.
Yeah.
Tacos are out early. No early taco.
But you can come early because we have $5 fucking drinks from 6 o'clock to 8.
Get over there and get boozed up.
Get fucking totally loaded.
See me tell a story poorly.
Yeah. Then eat a bunch of tacos to absorb it.
And then come back and watch ladies take their clothes off in an awesome fashion.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
As I sit next to you and try to tell you another story poorly.
Should I make you host that night for the show?
No. But thank you for asking. No, I just wanted to relax. I wanted to hang out and have fun.
All right. Fine.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll talk about it. But right now, I don't. Because what if I fucking tank it at the goddamn story hour and then I got to stick around and MC for people who hated me?
Well, you got a second opportunity to redeem yourself.
No one wants that. Fuck redemption. No, it is not. So tickets are available for all this nonsense. Go buy it right now. Do what I say. Do what I say. Go to MikeSchmidtComedy.com and check out all the cool stuff we got on there. And there are changes a coming. So if you want to buy stuff, do so. People bought some download sets this week. Thank you. People bought Schmidt Alive 2. Thank you. And I will tell you this. I keep saying, Schmidt Alive 2 is going away. It might not be. We have some different ideas about what we're going to do and how we're going to present things. So if you want to buy things, that's fantastic. Thank you. And we may just leave things up to be purchased because if someone wants to make, because again, this week I was just telling Mex, I'm like, dude, we just fucking take the download sets down. It's not that big a deal. And nobody buys them. I sold 3 this week, which was weird, or 2 this week, and 3 Schmidt Alive 2s. So I'm like, all right, that's pretty cool.
The holidays are coming. People
Well,
are
I just-
stocking up for gifts.
Well, the thing that makes me laugh is I'm sure they are. I don't understand. Like, to me, I'm always like, let's take them down. Let's take them down. But in reality, what's wrong with giving people the opportunity to buy something if they want to? I mean, it's just there. It's not ruining anything just by having the switch there. But I'm in my own head where I'm just like, everybody sees my sales figures. Nobody sees a goddamn thing. If they want to buy stuff, they will. Great.
Do you still have shirts left?
I do. I got a ton.
Buy shirts. I will Christmas wrapper them for you, custom wrap, and then we'll ship them to whoever you want to get them to. Just say you want them custom wrapped.
Oh, if they're a
I
gift,
have a
we'll
bunch of
custom.
Christmas wrapping paper. I will come over and I will hand wrap the presents and send them out for Christmas delivery.
Really?
Yes, buy Christmas presents for people.
Whoa. So, all right. So
Send
if
them
you,
shirts.
if you want dirt
Let's do
shirts, you can do that. We'll blow the shirts out the door, and you guys can do that for Christmas. It'll be fun and exciting, and I'll be thrilled.
Just imagine the look on your friend's face as they open up a Yurt Dirt Dirt shirt.
And they go, "Your dirt? Your dirt dong."
Yurt Dirt Dong.
So on the Joe Business page now, though, there's all sorts of stuff. We got the shirts we can sell. Like I said, Lily will hand wrap them for you, and then we'll include a special fun prize in there with the shirt that your friend will get, or you will get, or somebody will get. There will be no prize. We got download sets for sale, year 1 through year 6. Year 7 is still on deck. Schmidt Alive 2 is available. We've got the Big Angry CD. Of course, all those things are out there and ready to be scooped up by you. And please use the Amazon link. If you use our Amazon link, that's pretty cool, and it gets us some money, and everybody's very happy, and you can buy some stuff. And especially with the holidays coming, it's very cool if you do your Amazon shopping and you use our link. And I know every other podcast in the world has it out there, but those people aren't as thirsty as me. God damn it. They're all famous. They got coffee and all sorts of bullshit. You know, they have Uber sponsorships. I'm actually an Uber fucking driver, which, by the way, let's go ahead and throw that out there. If you want to be an Uber driver, I will send you my code and you can sign up. And then when you complete 20 trips, you get a certain amount of money and I get a certain amount of money. It's actually a pretty good, I think you get $150 normally, but get this, dude, get this. For the month of November, Uber is offering this, I couldn't believe it when I got the email. But again, the thing is I don't have anybody to turn on to Uber. But if you want to be an Uber driver, contact me in November and I will get you my code and you become a driver. And the second you complete 20 trips, you get $200 and I get 4. So if I could sign up fucking 10 people for that and they do 20 trips, dude, that's all I need. 10 people. That's it.
Has anyone signed up under you yet?
No, of course not. No, one guy did. And one guy said, I talked to him for like 20 minutes and I told him what was up. And then I guess he went out one night and he did 5 trips and he goes, yeah, this isn't for me. And I was like, okay, well, if you just do 15 more trips, I'll get $200 and you'll get 150. And I think he's hung up his Ubering shoes as far as I can tell. He just was not on board with it. It was not his thing. And I totally get it because you have to be in the car a lot. That's kind of it. If you're going to make any money or make it work, if you want it to be like a full-time deal. I mean, if you just want to fucking make some spare cash and work 1 day a week, cool. But you still have to be in the fucking car for like 9 or 10 hours to make any sort of money. Unless you just want. The other night I made 35.
And how long were you in the car? 10 hours?
I was in the car 12 and a half hours. I've driven Halloween night. I think I drove 15 hours, but I only had like 31 trips or something because it wasn't as busy, or it was busy. It was just more traffic. It's just weird. I mean, and honestly, the math that the fucking Uber Yoda gave me works. If you work 10 hours a night, you'll make $150. It's just kind of it. It averages out to be about $13 to $15 an hour. And that's before you pay for your gas and shit. It's not a world changer, but the cool thing is you can make your own hours. That's it. I don't want to talk it down. Fucking send me your thing and I'll give you a code and go drive it for yourselves.
No, I think if you've got time on your hands and
that's the
you
deal.
want to pick up extra money, I think that's a great way to
That's what it is. If you want to just do 20 hours a fucking
I
week.
wonder how many times you'd have to go out to do 20 trips. And it's like,
Well,
okay,
I've done it I do it every
12
night.
hours you could do 20 trips.
Yeah, last night I only drove from like 9 until 1. I think it was because I left you at 9 and then I was out till 1. It was Monday. It was dead. And then I actually drove home from Hollywood to my house with it on and nobody pinged me. And so I said, well, fuck it. I'll just go to the house. So I drove like 4.5 hours last night and I didn't make a ton of dough, but I made about the average like I said, hourly average, so it's up to you. And it depends on, I know people in different states who drive 4 hours, make $100 all the time. That's their deal. I'll just drive a couple hours and make $100. And I'm like, that'd be great. I would love to fucking do that. But it's just not, there's so many guys here. And fuck, this is a lot of Uber talk, but then
Uber Talk. That's a great podcast.
of course it is. Well, that's what this one's become. But sometimes you make, and you don't make, it's not like a cab. Nobody tips you really. You know what I mean? There's, some people do.
It's funny you should say that. One of my friends just posted that on Facebook. Are you supposed to tip Uber drivers? And somebody said the tip is automatically included. And some people were like, totally fucking dicks. They're like, fuck that, the tip's included. That's why I use Lyft. And I'm like, so you use Lyft so that you can decide how much to tip or not tip?
Yeah.
I didn't understand it. Because, to me, it's like if I get into a cab and it's clean and it's, whatever,
Yeah.
I will over tip.
Well, the stupid thing of that phrase, and I hear that all the time. People are like, oh my God, yeah, the tip's included, but I like to decide how much I'm going to tip. Well, so tip. I mean, motherfucker, you can give me money. You don't have to just go, oh, the Uber people said I shouldn't. I mean, I know
Do you get tips?
sometimes, yeah, occasionally. Like a woman left her wallet in my car a couple of weeks ago, or no, last week it was. I forget. It was the night before Halloween or whatever. And I called. I wrote Uber, and then she called me like an hour and a half later, and I was already Ubering other people. And I said, I have it. And she's like, oh my God, thanks. And I showed up, and she gave me money, and she gave me like $60, which was like
fantastic, yeah.
which was crazy nice. And I was like, you don't have to do this. But she had 15 credit cards. She's like, are you kidding me? You saved my life. Thank you. But then the other day, I got a ping, and these people called me, and they go, hey, I should tell you this. I've been pinged before, and I picked a woman up, and she got in the car with a dog. She had a little dog and a little carrier. And I'm like, if I'm allergic, I don't get the conceit of just, I got my dog, fuck you. Yeah. If you have a dog, tell me. I mean, I guess then I'll work with you. I'll figure it out. Because I've never said no. I'll say, is the dog wet? Does it stink? Is it going to shit my car? Is it going to make a mess in my car? And they're like, no, we promise. But the other day, these people, they pinged me and she called me. She was very nice. She goes, look, we have a dog. Is that okay? And I go, well, I just want to make sure the dog's not wet. It's not going to make a mess or whatever. I'm kind of just starting. It was like noon. I was just heading out. Yeah. And she said, no, she's a medium-sized dog. She won't make a problem. She doesn't shed. She's hypo-well or whatever the fuck. And I'm like, okay, great. So I pull up on the street and I see them walking toward me. And I just laughed out loud. I fucking laughed out loud. They open the door. They get in. She gets in and her boyfriend gets in. And then they both have to lift up their Doberman and bring it in the back fucking seat.
That's a medium-sized dog?
I couldn't believe it, Lily. And so she closed the door and she's, oh my gosh, thank you for taking us. And I started to drive and she goes, I promise she won't make a mess. Daisy's really nice. She really likes people. Oh my gosh. And I go, great. I'm sure Daisy's fantastic. Hey, you and I have a real disparity in what we think medium means.
Is that what you said?
Uh-huh.
Good for you.
Oh yeah. And she goes, what do you mean? Oh my gosh, she's a sweetheart. I go, I know, but that's not a medium-sized dog. That's a Doberman. She goes, well, it's a medium-sized Doberman. I go, but you did not say that. I go, look, I'm not beefing. You're in the car, and as long as she doesn't make a mess, I don't care. I go, but I will tell you, to me, medium-sized dog might be like a spaniel, like something, because there's small Chihuahua dogs, and then medium to me is the next step up, like a Boston Terrier.
Or a wiener even.
Fuck yes.
Yeah.
And she just starts laughing. She goes, oh my gosh, she's really nice. She likes people. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I don't like Daisy. I mean, I'm sure I do. She's wonderful and pleasant.
Wait a minute, you were driving Miss Daisy?
I was.
Ding dong.
And she said, she goes, yeah, she weighs 55 pounds.
That is not a medium size.
I go, that is not medium size anything. And she's just, and I said it pleasantly. I wasn't mean, but she goes, oh, well, she's fine. She's nice. And I'm like, and that thing where they keep, so now they're talking to me as if they were talking to the dog. Oh, she's fine. She's okay. She's really nice. She's a good girl. She's a good girl. I promise she's a good girl. Oh my God, it's okay that she's a good girl. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I'm driving you, motherfucker. You don't have to convince me. You're already in the car and I haven't thrown you the fuck out yet. But you don't bring a fucking weapon into a car and tell me that it's fucking medium size. It's crazy to me. I don't get it. And then the other day I picked people up. They opened the door and the dog hopped in. And then they didn't call me. They didn't tell me. And they get in the car and I turn around and I look at them and they go, oh, she's good. Well, I don't give a fuck if she's good. This is my car, motherfucker. I'm not a kennel. Call me to say, but the thing that drives me even crazier about all of it, what led to this whole discussion? No tip. Dude, if you call me and I make a concession for you and I let the dog into my fucking car and I say it's okay, and I've taken 5 dogs now, 5 different trips, 5 dogs, not one person offered anything extra or offered to, and look, maybe I'm from a different era. Maybe I'm from a different time where you tip for service or you take care of people. And I understand Uber's whole thing is like, hey, fuck that driver. We've built it all into your app. I get that. And that's fine. And I sit there and I drive and I've chosen to do this. This is the life I have chosen. So I can't bitch and beef about it. If I want to do Lyft, I can do Lyft. But because then when somebody hands me $10 and I go, hey, you don't have to do this. They go, are you kidding me? You drove me. Thank you. And you just go, yes, because you're an adult. You're a grown up. You understand what it's all about. Ding dong. But if you climb in the car with a goddamn menagerie, I mean, what the fuck am I supposed to do at that point? I'm just going to get pissed off and rage, right? No, instead, I shut the fuck up because I'm so worried about star ratings. It's the dumbest thing in the fucking world. And my star rating is amazing. It's fucking like 4.9, which is unheard of. I mean, people get in my car and they go, how are you a 4.9? When did you start driving? And I go, I've been driving just like 6 weeks. And they're like, God, how do you have a 4.9? I go, because I'm a good guy. Because I drive Dobermans around without fucking yelling at people, for fuck's sake. That's why. Because I'm a good person. Because I pull up and whether you got a fucking alien or you're drunk or you're vomiting in a bucket or you're eating a shoe, you can get in my goddamn car and I'll take you where the fuck you got to go, because I got a fucking rent to pay. I got a nut that I got to cover. And so in order to do that, I need to go ahead and fucking take the dregs of humanity where the fuck they're going. It doesn't matter. You want to start a fight with me? I'll talk about that another time. You want to I didn't want to turn this into an Uber show, man. I didn't. But if you want to drive for Uber, Why don't you go ahead and contact me via Facebook or email, and I'll send you my code, and you can go ahead and sign up, and you'll take 20 trips, 20 great trips, 20 fantastic dog-filled trips, and you'll make an extra $150, and I'll make $200, and then 3 of us can all get together, the dog owners, me and you, and we can spend all of that money to clean our fucking cars and get all the dog hair and the vomit out of the fucking back seat, because apparently I'm a goddamn mobile kennel for everybody. Like I got the A-Team van packed to the fucking gills with Dobermans and guard dogs. Fuck this, man. Who the fuck do you think I am? I'm not driving a cage, motherfucker. This is UBER, not ASPCA. Don't fucking think you can hop in here with some 4-legged friends and everybody's gonna be happy. This is not the Mystery Machine. You and fucking Scooby can walk, motherfucker, because I am not gonna have you in here. I don't have any Scooby snacks, and me and Shaggy are not high enough to say fucking yes to you and your goddamn trip. You wanna fucking get somewhere? You know what? Saddle up that motherfucker and ride that 55-pound Doberman to your fucking destination, because there's no way you can put it in my goddamn car and I'm supposed to go, oh, wee, a medium-sized Doberman. That's not something that should be guarding a jail. No, that should be something that's in the backseat of my fucking car with its mouth poised right at my fucking jugular vein, ready to bite through it and make me bleed out right here in the fucking Lookout Canyon Road. Who the fuck do you think you are, dragging this goddamn giant into my fucking car?
You know, Mex always says people skip the closing music. I say people love your closing music, so let's prove it to them. If you've listened this far, write me at heymexilistened@gmail.com and we'll send you a 40-year-old boy hearing commemorative Facebook profile picture that you better fucking put up, you dick. Sorry about the dick thing. Thing. Did you get that?
Yeah, I got it.
I don't want you to miss any of that brilliance.